connected. Alicia Kingston's about to hit the stage. You won't be rejected. Leader of the pack, she's got that soulful sound. Get ready for the ride, cause she's here to astound.
She's got the tenfold theory, got you thinking deep, exploring the unknown, secrets that you'll keep. Ginger ale queen, sipping on a throne. Her lyrics like bubbles rise and break on their own. Live stream's about to start, get ready for the show. Alicia Kingston in the house, ready to let it all flow. From June to House of the Dragon, she'll take you on a ride. Reviewing your favorite shows with soulful lyrics on the side.
Well, well, well. We are back here once again. Hello, folks.
Hey, y'all.
Hello, Meeks. How art thou?
I woke up from a nap, and I'm kind of hungry.
Okay. I understand. I think I'm a little hungry myself. I could eat. Wasn't feeling that great today, so I actually stayed home. Probably gonna end up staying home tomorrow, but I didn't want to skip tonight because we have enough on our.
Cute, by the way. I'm like, not a hashtagger.
Okay. I'm with that. Hey, Corinne, what's going on? Always wonderful to see you. Gavin, Daynard, hello. So, yeah, just in case anyone asks later, I'm not showing my face because the system has been having issues when I have my video on, and we're trying to avoid that as much as possible because I can't afford to replace this machine yet. So we're trying to keep it tight as tight as we can. And this helps. Oh, so yeah, hopefully I'll be feeling better tomorrow, or at least partway through tomorrow. I already told the bosses, hey, yeah, probably not going to be there. I got a maintenance issue that I got to deal with too. My AC has been on the fritz, and it's been hot. Like, you know how hot it's been. It's been suffocating in here.
A nice cool day with all this rain.
I wish I would have felt it. Oh,
it's still boiling. Even the cool down didn't help outside.
Barely.
Oh,
because I had to cook too. So as soon as the stove goes on, that ramps up the heat inside. Yeah, and it sucks, but they say they're gonna have it fixed tomorrow. So fingers crossed, y'all. I'm not gonna be in here overheating.
That's what I think.
So wait before everything.
Is that animation?
What? Yeah. What's? I don't think I've even heard of that. What is that about?
I feel like I've heard of it.
Yeah, I'm searching my memory banks. I have not heard of that. But I like the name of it. It sounds like it might be something I could be interested in.
Yeah, it is an animated series.
Okay.
Yeah, this came out last year. I remember hearing about this.
Is it good?
Oh, I don't. Oh, it was canceled. Hold on.
Oh, damn. Gavin says they lost power an hour ago. You said again. Oof, that stinks. Yeah, but my building also has that losing power issue.
No, thank you. I can't do that. I can't do that. Yeah, because I remember hearing about that. Like they were releasing something because it had black characters in it, and you know how we are. We flew in on black characters.
Always.
But it just never made my watch list because I was so freaking busy, like always. I still haven't watched X-Men.
Me either.
And the trailer for Agatha came out. Still hadn't seen that.
I actually watched it yesterday. Well, I watched a teaser. Isn't there like the teaser and another trailer, or is it just the teaser?
It might have been a teaser. I just haven't watched any of it. I'm getting to it. I'll probably do it tomorrow.
It seems interesting. I am definitely very interested on how they're going to put that together, especially since everyone is expecting Wiccan to be there.
Listen, Disney already got us with the expecting. We expected through 4 whole television shows. They got our asses. We was out here pulling out books.
You're right.
We had the strings out, and they were like, no, it is what it is. Whatever we say it is what we say it is. Oh, there's no hitting mini? No, not at all. Put my strings up. Chuck those away.
They straight gave us the what the hell was that? What that dude's name? Boner.
Oh yeah, Ralph Boner.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they thought about our theories.
Cool beans.
Word.
My goodness.
So we are into episode 3 now. And hold on, I'm sorry. I don't want to keep having this switch screens. And we start with Homelander at his rally for to introduce the new team members. I don't know if people just are not paying attention to the things he's saying, but how are you getting cheers for the nonsense that these people are spitting out of their mouths? Because
people will believe the nonsense, girl.
Like, it don't even make
our
sense.
Current climate right now, people are believing the nonsense.
Very true. Very true.
I have friends and her family, country white, believes the nonsense, and I'm listening to them, and they're just talking. I was like, you guys realize that you're voting against everything you're talking about. But okay, that's you thing. You can do whatever you want to do. It's the United States of America. But I am gonna laugh at you. But you can do whatever you want to do. So
yeah, because it's gonna backfire. It's gonna backfire.
Of course. Like literacy is at an all-time low.
Yeah, I just saw the numbers on that, and yeah, that it's frightening, actually.
Literacy, media literacy, understanding clues, comprehension, like it's all low.
Reading,
it's all low.
Period. It's I don't get it. I don't get
Between Black people, Black Americans, and Africans who refuse to understand what we're talking about. All the way to people not understanding the difference of literary styles between the original series of Song of Ice and Fire and Fire and Blood and world of Westeros, like all that. They don't understand the difference.
Period. Yeah.
So I'm like, I can't help none of y'all.
Right. Yeah. I look at some of our comments and I just be like, usually I can be a petty bitch, but I'm not going to do that.
At this day and age, I'm just going to look at you weird and be like, you stupid, and continue to mind my business.
Right.
But Gavin, you're right. I do like his suit. I don't know. I feel like my eyes can tell the difference, but don't ask me to describe it.
Whose suit?
Homelander's. I feel like they
sharpened it a little bit.
I was going to say
for lack of a better word. Yeah. For lack of a better word, we'll say they sharpened it up a little bit.
Yeah. So
he looks a bit more clean cut in it. I think they did that for all of the outfits, actually. So they all have a little bit of extra oomph in the design.
Listen, the way Sister Sage be staring people down. Yes, ma'am. That's me.
She's my new favorite character.
All day, every day. I
don't have Maeve. I don't have the petty bitchiness of Maeve for this season. So Sage is doing well. And the ups and downs of her characters as we get to know her now.
It makes
we won't get fully into it until episode 4, but yes, things are starting to make sense.
It makes so much sense. And the fact that she's only up here in the front because she irritated Homelander. That's it. That's the only reason. She had said something,
and she said that he was going to be like that even before it got to this point. So she brought it back to him, and again, I love this about her because no, she's not afraid. Homelander or it doesn't matter. She still will talk her shit.
Exactly.
Like, You obviously have me back here in this damn outfit that you knew I didn't want to be in because you couldn't handle me outright telling you you were wrong.
Yeah, so
in
now she
front
got a
of
pose
everybody. Right. The most ridiculous pose ever, and she knew it was ridiculous. She
That's why
planned
she
for it to
slow
look
did it.
ridiculous.
No, thank you. The only person
So
who's
look,
all about that is
you
Firecracker.
Can't handle this shit. Firecracker that's a whole other fucking bag of crazy. Like,
But
that
it's such
bro-
a good character because everything that Firecracker is doing is what's happening, and it just makes sense. Like I can see her next step. I knew like half the stuff she did. I was like, oh yeah, she gonna do this because
Yep.
it's me, but not as extreme of beliefs. Because I believe, I don't really care what anybody else believes. That's your business. You know what I'm saying? I don't sit there and try to talk to anybody about it. But I will tell you one thing: if you dare me to do something, if you try to blackmail me, if you try to do anything, I'm gonna do it.
You will find that I will just look at you. Did you see me blink? Go, do it.
Do it.
Go ahead.
Don't talk to me. Do it.
Right. Don't hold it up and dangle it. No, go and do your shit.
Do it.
Let's see what happens. We'll see.
Don't talk
we'll
about it. Be about it. Like, you leave me alone.
Sage and Firecracker are both very much those chicks. Firecracker, I think she doesn't have a direction enough, I think, that is going to make her in the long run, in the long game, a character that's going to make it.
I don't know. I feel like this type of character is going to reach a point of no return, and she's going to get killed this season. That's what I feel like.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think she has longevity at all. No, not only for her character, like for like the superhero-ness of it all, but just her period. She was already fucking up before people knew she was a superhero. And that again
wants to be involved so badly, wants to be important. That's how you get your ass killed.
Wants to be important and wants to cozy up to Homelander.
But why though? He's crazy.
She don't care about that.
Crazy.
Look at the people that she is getting attention from. This chick has been, since she came out, since we've seen her character, has been talking about how the soups are horrible and all types of ridiculous nonsense, all against soups. Knowing that she is one, and then when it drops that she is one, she just jumps onto the 7 and everybody just forgets that she was talking shit just like 2 days ago. But now she's on the team. And nobody's questioning that. It's nuts. And really the whole thing starts because like this here, from the moment she gets on the 7 and they're going through what the issues are, this starts, well it doesn't start, it's been started for her, but this is where we get tuned into the rivalry that she's had in her mind between her and Starlight. And Sage, when Sage is outright asked, why is she here?
Duh.
And because she can do something that no one else can. And again, this is what me and Meeks were trying to tell y'all last time about Starlight. Starlight ain't one to be fucked with. You have to go at her a very significant way. And there's very few ways to get to her, but Firecracker has that way. And that's why Sage put her on.
I'm like, if she it is a one-sided beef. It is a one-sided beef.
It is very much a one-sided beef
until Starlight turns on.
Oh wait, hold on. sorry. I wasn't looking at the.
I answered this episode 3. I just
okay, episode 3, and she is crazy. I mean, is Homelander fine though?
You mean my fine like look good? Yeah, he looks good. Okay. That's about as far as fine as I'll take it. Because he's not fine here.
No, at all. Yeah. One completely one-sided beef.
Absolutely. Firecracker does, and I know. And yes, she does remind us of someone. A particular brand of crazy that she labeled or she modeled herself after, which is pretty funny, and they still don't get it.
Bruh. How don't they though? How don't they? Even down to like the original outfit. If you go back and you compare them, what was the lighting not working?
No, it's like slightly blurry. I moved my camera and I need to readjust the focus on it, and I'm just
Gotcha.
It takes two people.
Well, Billy.
It does, because I can't reach the camera from here to tap the screen. So if I lean forward and tap it, it's not where I need it to be. So I have to sit here, and my brother has to reach over me and tap it.
That's hilarious.
Listen, like,
Throw some arms. Stretch. No, go get your arm. Something.
I'm like, I wish I could control it on my phone, but I don't have that type of camera. Bruh, because it's old and I refused. Hey, exactly. Come on.
Expensive out here.
I just don't feel like getting another camera. Like, I already spent $2,000 on a laptop. I got to buy a new AC unit, HVAC. I'm like, listen, I got a new car because the car shut down. Like, I'm tired. Okay. I don't want no more.
A lot of bees. That's a lot of bees.
But they're correct. She just didn't see the one that she needed because she's trying to keep it professional.
Yep.
Because yeah, I don't want it. But yeah, so them on stage being like, this is the new 7, and then bringing out Ryan.
And then, dude, okay, this right here again is why, no matter what happens, Ryan absolutely needs to be taken from that man.
Yes.
Because you can see right here, and there's a very significant line that comes into play. I can't remember. I think it's this episode. I'll have to look down my notes. I'm pretty sure it's this episode, and so I won't say it just in case it's next episode. But he is completely in the wrong mindset trying to raise this boy, and it's not for the reasons that are surface level, really. But here, basically, Ryan is doing the thing that, you know, his parent has him in an activity that he very clearly does not want to be in. We know he does not like crowds like that. And he's standing there and he's like, yeah, okay, hi, you know, waving at the crowd.
He was like, you better
and the crowd, the crowd is very clearly picking up on Ryan not really being in the moment. And Homelander sees it too, and he's like, you better smile now. That, if you didn't really pay attention before, is the cue of the abusiveness that is going to be coming from this man.
This man is already abusive.
I am surprised. Well, no, he's already abusive, but things are about to ramp up.
It's so
where Ryan is going to. I mean, to everybody else, he's always been extremely terrible with Ryan, everyone else, but he's held back with Ryan.
Even last season, he was still on Ryan's ass a little bit. But I think now they're pushing him to the forefront because, you know, Sage's plan is to get him out there, right? So
the kid gloves are about to be, but Sage's plan does not completely align with Homelander,
which is why she out there.
The problem has started. Yeah,
like, did nobody tell you to say that he needs a rescue without me? Like, no, I don't want to be replaced. I got to be there for the rescue because it's got to be we instead of him. Like, it's got to be we.
He wants, it's not even really about him. I mean, and when I say him, I mean Ryan. It's not even really about him. It's about, whatever shine anybody here gets has to tie into me. He's that much of a narcissist.
It's the need for approval.
He's
so insecure that he has to get everybody's approval.
But it's like he can't. It's like he can't fix in his brain to properly see that everything he's doing, trying to get everyone's approval, is the exact thing that makes people look at him sideways. Like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go.
That's why don't nobody play with him, because he's over there sitting in a meeting mad that nobody is challenging him. Well, sir, didn't you kill somebody that challenged you? Didn't you?
Bro, like they brought that poor girl in when Sage is doing the damn interrogations, and they're asking for an explanation, and she starts giving it, and then boom, he just pops off. That Sage looks at him. Did you think that maybe like the rest of her sentence could have given us some information about how to find who actually leaked the footage?
Not even find, but like what information they were looking for. Like, get to figure out. He was like, oh, well, you know.
Well, I guess she was like, I am that petty. Bitch, you can be as petty as you want to be, but we still have a job to do.
That's
like,
the problem.
Do you actually want this thing handled or not? You're the one that's in your way.
Was in his ass, because he was like, you keep doing dumb shit.
And he still doesn't get it.
Bigger instead of just doing what you're supposed to do and reducing the situation. Like, my gosh, she's like, you're just dumb. You're like a giant man child.
Fucking dumb. You really think, right? See, and that's the thing. He brought that narcissism right to the forefront. It's like, you think this is actually about you. Let me get you hip to game, bro.
It's
Vought
not.
is a pharmaceutical company. Y'all are just a side piece.
You are the
We
product.
make our
of
money
pharmaceuticals.
from our pharmaceuticals.
You are just a live
You're
test.
not the
of
biggest
pharmaceuticals.
money maker here.
Like,
Seriously. And you're the test that happens to bring in some money because there's a lot of merch with your face on it.
it's like a successful. You guys are the successful live testing of Compound
Mhm.
B. like,
Mhm.
like he's so stupid. Like the way he just doesn't
He
think.
never
he
just
reacts.
never takes it. Yeah.
He is just instantly reacts, and it's like, oh,
Mhm.
maybe I
Which
shouldn't
is
have did that.
dumb.
That's why he over here
Like,
sniffing the breast milk that he has left from freaking, I can't remember her name,
Bruh.
because he
I don't
knee
remember.
jerked and killed her. Like
Mhm.
you didn't
Mhm.
have to. You were so jealous of a goddamn baby.
A baby.
A baby.
Wait, didn't we have this discussion about somebody in red? Fucking Damon. You are mad at your brother because he loved his daughter
Yeah.
more than you.
Yeah. So mad at the
supposed-
baby.
That's his kid, bro.
Flipping backwards because she's like, oh, I have to, I can't go to this meeting because I have to go to the doctor's appointment for my baby. Why?
What the
It's
fuck
a
do you
baby.
mean? Why, sir? It's a baby. It's a human baby that needs to get shots and checkups all throughout their young, tiny lives within that first month. What do you
Like,
mean?
why do you need to bring the baby everywhere? Because I don't have a sitter. Why can't you just leave it?
Right, leave it where? Who's gonna look after it?
Like, sir, you need help.
And
You
look,
just don't say it.
Corinne, I was thinking the exact same thing when I saw the stash. Like, how do you even still have one of those, bruh?
It's got to
It's been
separate.
months. Wait, hasn't it been over a year now?
Well,
Ugh.
those things have
Oh,
definitely
did you,
separated.
like, did you freeze it?
Unless that's not her milk and he's just like having random people's breast milk.
It can't.
I hope
be.
that. I hope that is it.
Yeah, because it can't still be hers.
It would separate into chunky stuff and like the watery liquid fluid. As someone who does not breastfeed and never has, but has seen it separate and been like,
I still know it's not supposed to look like that.
girl, what are those? Like, cleaning out a bottle, cleaning out a bag. What is it at the bottom of the bag? What are the bottom of the bag?
Yeah, milk in general. And I mean, forget even just breast milk. Just milk in general is not something that keeps well.
Foul.
Even if you keep it cold, after about a week or two, if it's not been treated right, it's not gonna be good.
You can make chunky cheese.
It's past the point of even making cheese.
He could. You're right. He could have the scientists working on it. He could, because that's the only other way.
You know what? Okay.
That would have her milk.
Okay.
The only other way.
You're right. I didn't think about that. He could have absolutely cloned all of those particles and be doing it. Mm-hmm.
That's what I was talking about. There are people that sell breast milk.
There are. Mm-hmm. Look, I'm telling you, there's a market for damn near anything in this world, sadly. So that's why I always say when people like question some of the things that happen on the boys, I'm like, do you think that
they just thought of this out of the
people
blue?
Wouldn't actually do this?
Sorry,
no,
they're taking for real lives. What are you talking about?
Human behavior and putting it to superpowers. That's it. There's nothing. There's a lot wrong with the way they act, but it's not untrue. Yes, you know he is. You know he is. I can't even say that he's soliciting. He probably just went up to anybody and said, "Give me your breast milk."
He wouldn't even need to. He could just go and take the freezer packs. If you're really bad about it, you ain't gotta talk to him. I'm like, it's always the easiest, but yeah, that's him being trash. And so him being a super ass giant baby, the milk makes sense. Him treating Ryan like that makes sense because he can't see beyond the bridge of his nose. Ryan is uncomfortable and has been sheltered his entire life. Putting him on that stage is the absolute wrong thing to do, and forcing him to act like he's having fun is just going to separate himself from Homelander and make him want to be with Butcher, which he's already having a struggle with because he's mad for what he said, but he's sad that he is sick, and he's like, "That's my friend." Right.
And even after he brought it up to him from the last episode, he's saying, after Homelander said all those horrible things to you, I mean, well, yeah, but my mom loved him. So if she loved him, despite
Listen,
all the bad things that he's done, that means there's something there. That's
if he would have
very
said,
good.
"But I love him," that would have caused
Oh,
Homelander to probably
and-
fry.
And I'm very sure that
That's why he
Ryan
didn't say
actually had that same thought.
Yep,
And
that's
he
why he
knew
didn't say
that.
that.
And that's why he didn't say it. That's
Yep.
why he didn't answer the question. So yeah, Ryan's not a dumb kid. No, but
No.
for the few years that he's been alive, Becca did a great job.
She did. She had that boy together.
Instilling some really good morals in him.
But
And
I mean,
he
that was
knows
Vought's plan
how
in the
to
first
do
place.
things, but
That
yeah,
was Vought's plan
yeah,
in the
very
first place.
true.
Make sure that he's
They
not
were-
raised the same way as Homelander, so they can have a hero with a decent
100%.
moral compass.
100%. They were already going to go after him, but they weren't going to do it yet. And Homelander just happened to find out ahead of time. Well, actually, no, he just happened to find out, period.
Yeah,
And
because
he
they
started-
already had him. They already had him.
Mhm.
They knew where he was. That's why she was
He was
separated
well
from
away.
everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm
And
just
that's
like,
why they
I
could.
feel
That's
bad.
why they could never tell Butcher. They had to make it look like she died
Mhm.
because they knew Butcher would go after her.
I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you, but I don't like him there. I don't like him near Homelander. I absolutely positively hate it. And I
No,
like the fact that
horrible.
A-Train is starting to get uncomfortable as well. And he's getting uncomfortable to the
Finally.
point that he's not even like participating in the shenanigans. Because season 1,
Yeah.
season 2, he was all about the shenanigans. He was all
He
on
was
that
all
beat.
about it.
And now he just is
And
like,
that's
why
one of
am
the
I still
biggest
here?
things that I liked. When they did that setup in the opening episodes, Noir and Deep, they had no problem handling those bats. But if you go back and watch that scene, A-Train didn't do anything.
he didn't do anything.
It's just-
There's a lot
he
of
just
times
stood
A-Train
there.
is just standing there.
Yeah, he blocked the
Them from leaving.
stepdad from leaving,
But he
but
didn't
that's
put
it.
hands on him.
He didn't put hands on anybody.
Gavin, I am loving Black Noir this season. I am hollering every time this man talks.
He's and they're also there
And
was
they're
a
like,
question from someone. There was a question where someone wasn't sure if he actually had powers. They thought he was like just an actor or something. No, he comes from Godolkin.
Mhm.
He does have powers,
Yes.
but he's too much. He's too much of a theater kid, and I recognize that he's a theater kid because I was and technically
Oh
still
my
am a theater
so
kid.
funny.
So he is all about, I need a vision of my character.
I need a motivation.
What am I supposed to be doing?
What are we
You're
doing?
supposed to be not talking. You're supposed
You're
to just be
shut
standing
up
there
and do.
and shutting up.
You're supposed to
That's-
shut up and do. Well, why would you? Why? I just want to know why. Because that's what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Black Noir shuts up. He can't talk. He can't
Doesn't
do
do
much of anything because he was so severely burned that he just does whatever Homelander tells him to do because,
Mm-hmm.
sir.
And he
But
talks
I
to his
enjoy
animals
this
and
new.
his
I
brain,
enjoy this
that's
new
it.
Black Noir. It's so funny. Every
He
time
is
he opens
funny.
his mouth, I holler because they look at him like,
Like, boy, if you don't sit there, you are doing too much. Right. When he comes out on the stage, he's doing that little showboat dance, and A-Train has to look at him like, you're doing too much, bro. Pull back. And
Mhm.
Homelander looks like he's about to say something, but he stays in character because he sees that A-Train handled it.
because I mean, at a certain
Bro,
point, like
you gotta calm down, Black Noir. I like you. I want to like you. I want you to stay around. I don't want Homelander to kill you too.
listen,
So
the way
stop
it's
it.
going. But here's the thing: if they do that, they're gonna have to replace him again. So I don't even know if that's it depends. But Chantal, yeah, listen, Vicky and Sage,
Bruh.
those three are my favorites.
I already liked Newman for all
Yes.
of the ridiculousness and the back and forth that she does. She is just playing the game.
Yes, she is. She's playing it very, very
So
well.
yeah,
Very well.
and things are ramping up for this season, and I kind of like where she's going.
Mhm.
I'm interested in seeing where else she goes. And yes, Sage is she different. that's all I'll say until we get to her main parts. But once we leave this stage, it cuts to Huey speaking to a lawyer with Annie, and the papers have been signed. It just is what it is. We
Mhm.
can't.
They've been
do-
notarized. You can't undo it.
Your mom is right here.
Sorry.
Sorry,
You just
and
have
I'm
to talk
sorry
to her.
for you too, Huey. I get it. I would be upset if I were you too, but it is what it is. This has all been done legally and legit. And if y'all remember, I thought that it wasn't legit. I thought for sure he can go in and investigate and find some fuckery with Vought. And no, this really was his dad's choice.
That's what makes it. Because I'm like, he's not there. He wasn't
Mhm.
there. Like he can't count on him to be there all the time. Because if he's out with the boys doing some shenanigans, Like,
yeah, then what happens? Yeah, and that's why once he knew where she was again, like she said, they had been talking for the past couple years, so her information was there. He put her down as secondary. So it wasn't that he completely removed Huey from everything. No,
she just has power of
made
attorney.
sure that she was there, and he has power. And she has power of attorney because Huey might not be able to get there
Huey
on time.
will not be able, not even just like be able to get there, but also be able to like let go, because he has a hard time letting go of things.
Yeah.
So
and we see exactly where that's going to lead in the next episode.
Like, I don't have time. I do not have time.
That's a small scene there.
What in the hell is Negan's name in this show?
I don't know. I still call him Negan.
I just wanted to know.
Even in my notes, I put Negan's on the scene doing some crazy shit again. Yeah. I mean, but I say Negan, everybody knows who we talk about. So we're just gonna keep it with that. It's Agent something or other.
I'm like Agent somebody, but I'm just like, and Negan, like, hold on. Like, what is his name?
There it is.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay, Joe. Okay.
Thank you. And hello, Angela's Pencils. I don't think I've seen your name before. Welcome.
If you're talking about pencils because you color with color pencils, that's awesome.
I appreciate that.
I have my Game of Thrones.
If y'all didn't know, I was about to say, look, if y'all didn't know, color therapy is a thing. Okay, if you're too stressed at work, get you some coloring books and get you like the big box of crayons or the real big box of colored pencils, and just use part of your lunchtime to sit and color something.
I color during the shift because I want you to know that I'm stressed. Like, I need you to leave me alone. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I will say, for as ridiculous as some things are within the county, the healthcare package is top notch. Like, they literally have brought us random kits, coloring kits about color therapy before. So I'm saying,
nice, it's cool, pretty cool. But yeah, because I was wondering, because before we leave the press room, isn't this the time where pretty much Homelander kind of like fires Ashley as the head and makes her like the mascot? Is that this instant, or is it
it's there's a couple more things that happen, but they're small things. We could jump back to it. So yeah, let's go ahead and just finish out the press room. Yeah, so as things are happening, of course, from the stage we cut to the boardroom. Homelander is having a conniption because he's rewatching Annie's Starlight. Yes,
listen,
Annie's
the way this
Starlight,
man fixated on her.
He is over here just, I'm back, and he can't fathom that not only is she away from him and not under his control, but she's thriving and it's not connected to him. Again, this is the narcissist in him.
I think it's more of the fact that he can't control her.
He can't control her.
Not even that she's thriving. He can't control her because last season and the season before,
he's been trying since season 1. He's been trying since season 1 to get her under wraps, and it's never happened. The most he's been able to accomplish is to keep her tempered down for a few months.
Listen, he had her ass together when they had put out the story that they were dating. I was like, oh God, no.
That was the only time, and even that faded for a while because she was like, you know what, I don't have your bullshit to do, sir. If you're gonna actually go and kill whoever and ever, well,
do it. Maybe
I could save them, maybe I can't, but go on and do it because I don't give a fuck. And the minute she said that, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. So he's sitting here, and while he's watching this thing, and he's starting to go back into his Green Goblin phase.
Firecracker! I forgot she tried it.
The bitch comes up, yes. The bitch comes up, and we don't know what she's saying. We see her talking,
because all you hear is
can't hear shit because we're in Homelander's brain, and he's just focused on Starlight. And next thing we know, she says, "Oh, I just want to let you know that I'm here, and anything you need." Anything,
he's like, "What?
Anything?" And he's looking at her
what?
Yeah.
Girl,
what? Okay. I heard you. Get the fuck out of my face now, though.
He's like, I don't. What?
I'm wondering if, did she not realize that she was being curbed, or was she just so much in the ridiculousness of her brain, or if she was just playing it off? You think?
No. She was playing it off. She knew her feelings were hurt, which is why she walked over there and was like, "Well, look at us. we're in the 7, and Sage is like,
Sage is walking over, and also Sage again. She a
why are you
petty
talking
bitch.
to me? Straight up, I don't understand why you're talking to me.
This is when we see everybody else coming back into the room also, and A-Train reaches for his regular chair, and Sage just jumps in, like, looks at him and sits right down. And what can A-Train say? Not a damn thing.
Nothing. Sir, just grab a seat.
Grab another seat. You be all right. Hey, your power's back on. Congrats.
Oh, no water. Oh, God.
Wait, what? Okay, see, we can't have that. No. We need to get the maintenance team all the way together.
Like, Houston's a mess out there, though. That area is trash. I feel so bad for those people.
Yeah.
I was asking Mom, I was like, you got everything? Nothing's off. And she was like, nope, it completely missed us. I was like, ooh, wee.
Ooh, wee. Praises.
My goodness.
Does she watch her streams?
Ma?
Or, yeah. Okay.
No. If anything, because they're on your channel, and I would have to tell her how to get there. Right. Forgot there was that little tidbit. Yeah, like, My mother is not technologically savvy. She drives me up a wall. Bless her. Love her. Up a wall.
I don't know. That was embarrassing that she was thirsty. Yeah, I don't know if thirsty is even a strong enough word for her.
She was just trying to latch herself onto him. She was just ready.
Yeah, she's trying to be out there like a succubus, and it's just not working.
It's trying to be sidekick. Like I want him to come to me for stuff like me. I want to be Mr. Dependable for him. Yes. So I gotta smooth you up to him. I'm like, girl, this is the wrong person. He's crazy.
Sit down.
You gotta come with the right leverage, or else he will kill you. And he has
right, exactly. If you don't have any type of leverage or anything to catch his attention, he's not gonna care about you.
He actually had a huge crush on her. That's hilarious.
Hello, Mother Rome.
That is hilarious. Because that's the lady at the beginning from season 1. That's
yeah. I mean,
but I don't know her character.
Yeah, was it Madeline something or other?
Stillwell,
something like that. Something that sounded like that.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, who didn't look? All of y'all from the Karate Kid. Teen
Beautiful.
Witch.
Mine is
no, she didn't do Teen Witch.
No, she did. She did an accidental babysitting.
No, that was Robin Lively. Adventures in Babysitting. That's yes. What the main thing I know her from. Yeah, yeah. She's had a little piece of my heart ever since then.
And she did a movie with Val Kilmer, but I can't remember the name.
I can't remember the name.
It was in the 90s when Val Kilmer was actually Val Kilmer.
Yeah. Until he had that accident. Yeah, there's a lot of work that he can't do anymore because of his voice. Very sad. But Ashley, sadly, she's not necessarily fired, but she does get replaced.
Yes.
As the CEO, he basically says, Sage is going to take on all the rest of your duties.
You
and
are.
Am I fired? Homeland looks before he answers. He looked at Sage, and Sage is like, "Oh no, of course not. No, you're not." But every company still needs like a figurehead to be known as the face of the thing, and it's Ashley that says, "Oh, so I'm a mascot," and they're like, "Yes, that works perfectly." Right? He's like, "Well, you just like go someplace else," and then he's like, "Wait, you know what? Why don't you just go see what Ryan is doing for me? Thanks."
The slowest, worst exit,
bruh. The worst.
Her being like.
Yeah, she was pulling.
And then was like, I'm like, girl, if you don't.
Dropped all of her shit like 3 times.
Get the hell out of here.
Ma'am.
I would have left it. I'm not taking it with me. I would have left it.
If I'm not doing this job anymore, I don't need that. I don't need those notes. Go ahead.
For what?
So you mean I don't have to stress over the shit that's going on day to day with everybody?
For great.
I'm still getting my check though, right? I'm still getting paid? Cool. Oh, you want to go watch Ryan? You know what? Ryan's getting tutored or in school or whatever the hell they're doing with him with his education. You're not even gonna have to do anything with that boy.
Business is minded. You ain't talking to me. Well then, how about that? But yeah, she slowly makes her long ass exit out the room. I'm like, girl, just leave.
Forgot about that one too.
Oh yeah.
Been a long time since I watched Cocktail. Oof.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in years, decades, really.
Decades, right?
Let's be for real, decades.
Indeed. But yeah, shout out to Elizabeth Shue. I do wish that they would have kept her character longer. But then again, if they did, we wouldn't have gotten the greatness that was Stan Edgar. So
that is true.
She got to go. But yeah, so Ashley has like the worst walk off, and then gets back to her office where I feel like this dude has just been tied up in her office for how many days? And she's tying on her
it can't be days because he's the newscaster.
Oh yeah,
he's the bot newscaster, so it's had to.
Been up there for a few hours at least.
Yes, definitely a few hours. Definitely
it looked like he was there ready and waiting for her to get back.
Ball smash.
To have his balls smashed. I mean, I guess that's the thing that he likes. So no judgment. Your kink is your kink.
And no, that's weird.
It's just
That's dangerous. But okay, that's over there.
That's them. That's them.
Over there.
I don't have to be in the room for that. And thank goodness they left the room, and that was the end of that scene.
Amen.
Right there.
Because then we go to Butcher and Negan, right?
Yes.
It makes no sense. Like, I understand why Butcher would want to get Ryan out of there. I get that. But what in the hell does Negan want with Ryan? Because I know you're not talking about trying to flip him into fighting Homelander. Yeah, he wants to be the one to kick off that training. Never.
Which and that then makes me think of, because again, we established this was Vought's plan all along, but who was actually in charge of that plan of all that? And why does Negan even know what was going to be?
I don't think the plan was to have Ryan fight him. I think the plan was just to have him replaced.
Hey, Amy.
He wants him to fight him and kill him.
That's
never gonna happen. I love Ryan. He doesn't have it in him. It's gonna take many years to put that dog in his chest.
It would take many years and way too many terrible things happening around him to turn him into being okay with killing.
Like, my God, that's too much. Like, there's no way that will work. So the plan to give him whatever kind of elephant sleeping drugs. Yeah, come on.
Look.
Come on. Yeah. Because I'm just like...
Yeah.
So the fact that they were trying to give him some elephant drugs to knock him out, to take him someplace else, it don't make no sense. The whole plan was bananas. It didn't make no sense.
How long would that have even lasted, though? Because he did put the whole amount of that bag in there.
But it was in multiple cookies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So how many cookies would this boy have even had to eat?
I feel like he would have had to eat all of them.
Yeah, and he's not going to do that.
It probably would have been easier for him to like mix it in a drink or something.
Yeah.
But cookies, if he got to sit there and eat the whole thing, he's not gonna.
Even with it being his mom's recipe, that's no. When you're that age and you feeling any type of turmoil, eating isn't gonna be at the top of your list.
Yeah, it's not.
Maybe drinking like a half bottle of water or a half bottle of Coke,
juice or soda or something like that would do it.
But yeah, but outside of that, no, you're not really gonna be worrying about that because your stomach is too riled up already with your nerves.
Yeah, but I do appreciate the fact that he was so worried to come and see him. But that's him getting to the apartment was hilarious because that video game I thought was real. I was like, what is this?
Right.
Girl, did Mortal Kombat assist with this? What's
as soon as his name came up, I was like, okay, yeah, that's somebody done let Butcher hack into the damn game.
Well, he did. He just created a character and got his ass in there. That's what it was. And so he had like got him on the he would have
had to have somebody find out what Ryan's name in there was to find him.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying. Yeah,
got his ass like, hey, real quick, before you run off. Let's have a conversation. But I like the fact that they had the characters. It seems like the characters were talking in the game while they were doing that. It was really cool.
Looked really cool.
I'm just like, sir, when y'all release this?
They picked Lamplighter for Ryan, and what is the Crimson chick's name?
Crimson Countess.
It was Crimson something. Crimson Countess. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's who Butcher picked, because of course Butcher would pick her.
And so he convinced him to come over, which was really
hilarious.
cute. It was
Right,
like,
the
you
game
know,
looks super cool.
and I
The
don't even
graphics
play fighting
doing
games. I
their
would probably
thing.
play it for about like 3 days and I stop because the fighting games I get real bored real easily.
Mhm.
But I would play it for like 3 days. You got me 3 days. So getting him actually convincing Ryan to come over,
Mhm.
it's so easy because he cares about him so much. He's just worried about him.
Yeah, he really
he's so
does.
worried about
Yeah.
Butcher. Like,
Mhm.
how are you feeling? He was like, "Oh, I'm fine," and he was just making him sad that he just wouldn't tell him exactly how he was really feeling.
Yeah, because it's still Butcher, and you know, Butcher is always gonna butcher. And here's this kid that he knows needs him, and he tries to scream all day he doesn't care about, but he very much cares about, not just because it's Becca's son, but no, I think he genuinely is worried about
He
what's
cares
gonna
about him. Yes, it's care on
And I
both
think
sides,
that
and I
it
just think
surprised him. Yeah,
it's so adorable. And not to mention that he was trying to talk to him. Why are you trying to lie to him? Why are you trying to lie to Ryan? Like, he can't tell.
I can tell when you're lying now. Like, he's learned how to read, like, listen to the heartbeats and all that. Like, he can tell when you're lying, bro. Come on now. Also, why are you lying to him?
Exactly.
You want him to trust you.
It don't make no sense. Why would you lie? Why would you lie? But yeah, the conversation that they have is really sweet, and the fact that he actually let his outer shell crack to have a real moment with him and was like, "Listen, yeah, I'm scared. I feel like I'm not leaving anything behind, and if I do leave you behind, I just want to make sure that you're someplace safe, at least for Becca's sake, because I promised her." And so that just kind of like broke the ice. He threw the cookies out, which was a surprise to me. I just thought he would still do it, but he would just like not tell Negan. Like, not tell Negan where he was, so he could try to keep him safe. But he threw them cookies out, and they just had a little bit of time together, which I think is needed. He just needed to be like a normal ass kid with no expectations on him.
I mean, that, and he needed to talk about the other extracurricular shit that's going down. Like, bro, I killed someone.
Oh yeah,
I wasn't supposed to. It was an accident, but I pushed him too hard. And Butcher realizes, well, obviously, you know, he's still in training. He doesn't know how to really hold his strength back yet. And he was getting lessons there, but you know, Homelander showed up and fucked up the whole thing and made him nervous. So he messed up. And
he shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Like, well,
stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I said, well, you know, what is he going to pull through? He going to be all right? And just the look on Ryan's face, and everything he needs to know.
He's going to be okay.
That person isn't going to be okay.
Oh, he's going to be fine. What are you talking about? It's amazing. They had to scrape him off the wall. He's perfectly okay.
Yeah, that's. Well, he's perfectly okay to go in a box.
Not even a box, baby, a bag.
That's about it.
That in a bag. That is a bag and a burn, and then put that burn in a bag.
Horrible.
In a box.
Right, and this is the only time that he's actually been able to talk about that, and to not just say what happened, but to actually get his full feelings out about it.
Process what happened too.
And process what happens, right? And you know, and Butcher has to give him the same kind of talk like he gave Huey in the last episode. Like, you know, it wasn't your fault.
Exactly.
And yes, it happens.
Oh man.
That's pretty much it. Sadly, at this young age, for the type of person that you are, you have to learn how to deal with these things. And that's when he really starts breaking down, like, what's going on. Like, you know, I'm sorry I said all those horrible things to you. I didn't mean any of it. I was just in my feels and had all that extracurricular shit going down. I don't want to leave this world with just nothing to show for it at all. The last little bit of one of the last people that I love is you, basically. And I can't go out knowing that you're not safe. So we got to do something about that. But we don't know how that's going to happen just yet.
No clue.
No. And also, fun little tidbit that I thought was funny during the meeting before Ashley gets fired, when they're looking at everybody sitting down. Right? Oh no, it wasn't before. It was right after. He's about to start talking, and he looks over at Black Noir because he hears snoring, and he's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And Deep has to like kick him to wake him up. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I have narcolepsy." And Homelander's like, "What the fuck?"
He shouldn't even say nothing at all. Like, sir, I can't. They should have picked a better person.
Like who hired him?
They should have picked a better person.
Who went through the list and brought him, because y'all clearly did not do the full background check.
Probably Ashley.
That's what I was about to say. Ashley, yeah. This is why you're being replaced.
And let me tell you something. I'm not really too happy with the boys this season. I don't like when they're not together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't like when they're all off doing their random shit.
Really
I hate it. Like the tension of the group is weird. The fact that they can't get anything together is weird, because even last season they could get stuff together. Season 1, they definitely got stuff together, because they were a lot
stronger.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't like this, because people are working on their own. Didn't I think had somebody hack him into his brother's A-Train's brother's phone number.
He cloned his brother's phone
and met up with him. I'm like, by yourself. He could have killed you, sir.
Yeah, and A-Train said that. He was like, I mean, yeah, you could, but you're not.
But I could have killed you.
Still talking. You could have.
What if they were watching my phone? You know what I'm saying? What if somebody else came here? Like, there's too many what ifs. Y'all playing and with no backup. It's weird. It's weird.
And they're not communicating as well. And if you're looking at everything, almost all of their plans have some type of random side effect that they didn't count on, or it just completely backfires.
They just disregard, like, oh, this could not happen.
I mean, it happens in a very big way in the next episode. We'll get to that. It's a bit absurd how apart all of them are in all of their actions.
I can't. But yeah, so he ends up recruiting A-Train, being like, hey, listen, I can see that you're trying to be a better person, and you want to be a better person for your family. So why don't you help us take down Homelander? Why don't you help us do that? Now, granted, I wouldn't have done it either, because I'm like, listen, especially A-Train, he's so close. They already suspected him because he out here acting strange.
Yep.
But, I mean, A-Train is also tired. He's ready to be done. He's ready to be out of there. I would just leave at this point.
I liked how Mother's Milk actually put it. Because, when they had him wearing, I call it the coon uniform.
Oh, yeah, it was coon.
Of last season. It was like, yeah, I think that once you had that on, a little bit of that bullshit you was talking actually started working on your brain. Because I can see all the shit that you're through right now, bro. You don't want to be doing this nonsense.
What really did it was his brother. It wasn't even the shit he was talking. It was his brother. The fact that his brother was going through some tomfoolery and he had to co-sign on the cop white people side, it just drove him up a wall. Like, bruh. And I would have done it. Not for my brother. I would have killed that man in public, on the camera. Not a hero-gasm. I would have killed him.
It's a clip of social media.
Oh, Lord.
Shows Black Noir audition tapes. I will look that up. I have not seen those.
That's funny.
But yeah, so he that's his plan, is to try to work on A-Train and flip him. And I don't think he really needs to put in a whole lot of work to flip A-Train, because A-Train's already flipped.
He's already flipped. He's just looking for an out.
He just hasn't put it in action. He's
looking for an
trying
out.
to survive right now. Yeah. He's looking for a safe way out, because he knows Homelander legit. His brother is crippled, but he is still alive. His
Homelander, if A-Train wanted to leave, he wouldn't even go after his brother. He would just he don't need to go after all of them. If A-Train wanted to leave, he'd just kill A-Train. So he can't make it look like he want to leave, but he's actively looking for a way out. He don't got to kill none of his family members. He could just kill A-Train and be like, oh my God, he died. It's so bad. The V in his chest, because because his family knew that he was addicted to V. And they knew that he had the heart transplant, right? Transplant? Because of it. So they could have easily, even put it as that, he had a heart attack, the heart rejected him or some shit. They didn't even have to do anything like that. It's real simple.
No, I just think Homelander, at this point in time in his psyche, he would be that vindictive. No, he doesn't have to kill them. But I think he would.
He would, because it's about moving on to the next. A-Train doesn't matter. It's getting that out of the way. A-Train doesn't matter. It's the stuff that doesn't matter. He doesn't need to be vindictive. When shit matters, he's gonna get in an ass. That's why he's like, oh, Butcher. Me and Butcher, we're going pound for pound, round for round. But with A-Train, he don't care.
He at the meeting, he did say that there is still one more spot open on the 7, and he referenced that, I might be holding it open for Ryan. Y'all saw that video clip, right? Where we saved that girl. Yeah, course, because it's we.
So weird. I feel so bad for him.
He is, yeah, he's so absurd. But yeah, that poor kid. Above all, honestly, I'm worried about Ryan this
Me
season.
too. I don't want him to,
because I feel like Homelander would kill him.
Oh yeah,
as a last ditch effort to keep him away from Butcher, or to keep Butcher from winning in any way.
To make it so that he doesn't feel bad about it, he would go to the scientist and be like, "Is there a way for you to make
Like a
me
clone?
Not even a clone, just another child? Like, can you make it so that I can have another kid? Because he has problems. That's the reason why he ain't got no kids. Because his body's not up to snuff. Something's wrong with his sperm and his sperm count, I think. And I can't remember what it was, but it was the reason why
Probably
he didn't have
something
kids.
inherited from Soldier Boy.
Yeah, so they were like, well, I'm pretty sure he could go to the scientist and be like, I need you to take my sperm and make sure that it's okay enough to use to have a baby. Then he'll just Ryan. And I don't want that to happen because I appreciate this kid. Yep. So yeah, but I'm just tired of the team because while is doing this, Frenchie and Kimiko go somewhere.
And on their side quest, and that was a whole mind fuck, a literal mind fuck, because Frenchie is tripping balls the whole time that they're there. He's not
drowning
even
himself in drugs.
Help because Frenchie has no damn self-control. Like Kimiko said, the rehab was working. Okay,
that's because he feels guilty about Colin. And I'm just like, what you fucking talk to Colin and complain shit?
As he should. You knew you knew who that boy was. And you
did this to yourself.
Get this far. You did this to yourself.
You did
like
old
girl said, why can't you ever freaking control your shit when it comes to trying to save people that you could have
told him when you first met him if he really felt bad about it.
Or you could have just left him alone.
Like either or, like
left him alone. You could have told him, yo, I can't do this with you.
His storyline is driving me insane. Like I'm just irritated that all this shit is happening because he can't fucking talk about what's going on. He refuses to get help. He's trying to do it himself. I'm just like, Kimiko can only do so much. She can't really talk to you.
Right.
You need to have somebody have this verbal conversation because you have to hear the shit for it to start helping you. And it drives me up a wall that he is this entire season has been like all over the place. I'm
he's
like,
not trying to talk to anyone, and Kimiko is legit trying to help. Like, yo, I mean, out of everybody on the boys, you would think Mother's Milk or Butcher would see what's going on and try to help, but you know they got their own. Again,
they're busy. Mother's Milk is trying to take care of everybody on the team, and Butcher dying.
Right? Yeah, exactly. But Kimiko is there. And they have a good enough repertoire to where, yo, you really should be able to sit and talk to this woman. She doesn't know it. There's no telling if she could help you really or not, but at least you will have someone to get that off your chest with. And
they both need to go to therapy. And she was going to therapy and she was just getting frustrated with it. So she left. But they both need to be in therapy.
Full time.
Permanent.
But this fight that they get into, they're going after that same organization that had kidnapped her and her brother. Yeah,
because she found a cell of them. And she's like, let's go do something to make me feel good. Kill them.
Right. Like, you know what? You're having issues. I'm having issues. Let's go fucking punch something. All right?
Exactly.
And they go, and it's funny because before they walk out the door, Mother's Milk looks at them like, hey, I mean, do y'all want to even try to ask permission? Or at least tell me where the fuck you going before you go on the side quest? And they look at each other, look back at him. Nope. Two of these.
Wow.
Two of these.
Exactly.
We out of here, Mom. Thanks. Bye. And that just did my heart good. I chuckled very heartily when
I laughed too, but I'm just like, dog, I understand his frustration.
But yeah, I understand his frustration completely.
Yeah, because like 100%. Huey is expected to not be here because his father's in the hospital. Hey, like his father's in the hospital, so he's expected not to be there. But everybody else off doing his own thing.
Yeah, everybody else, exactly. Yeah, this is why the side quests are a problem. Because the name of the show is The Boys. We can't be the boys on like 20 different side quests where we're not communicating.
And definitely not together.
Here on this one. And again,
and Kimiko notices that he is high as hell.
And and she sees his eyes all dilated. And she's like, are you actually gonna be okay? Yeah. Dude, all right. And we start, and she goes in and starts, you know how Kimiko do. She putting in that wet work.
But you get to see it as funny.
Seeing bubbles and rubber duckies.
Yes, and rubber duckies.
Like, what?
He's like, oh my God.
Like right at that moment is when the drugs kick in.
Like,
my
sir,
boy
ma'am.
cannot do anything but stand there like, holy shit.
I'm
And
like,
she
you lucky
ends
she can
up-
regenerate, because dog, you weren't
well,
helping
not
her
only
at all.
that, but you're lucky she knows how to fight as well as she does, because she takes down like 3 dudes, and then like 3 or 4 more come out with guns, and these aren't the small guns. They come out with the AK-47s,
And he's like, oh shit,
right in the guts, and she's eating those hits and takes them all out.
he just
And
walks
then
off.
another dude comes through, and he just walks off because he's in another hallucination hearing Colin talking to him. So
I'm like, I
he
can't.
goes
Like, the
still
whole
over here
Colin thing
fighting.
irritates me. I'm
Yeah,
really irritated by Colin.
That's exactly why I was skipping over that.
I was really, but the best thing about that is that what was the lady, the Russian lady? I like her.
Little
like
Nina.
her.
I don't know what the actress's name is, but the character is Little Nina, and that little tip they gave her to come back
and reads him in this hallucination
says
it all. Like, I loved it.
Telling nothing but the truth.
Nothing but the truth.
As harsh as it is, she was saying nothing but the truth. And like that, like Colin was saying in there, like, bruh, he's sitting on the couch with like all of his dead family. And then it's not just his dead family, but the whole room is filled with
dead people that he's killed,
that he has assassinated.
Like, so
all under while he was under Little Nina. And bro, if this isn't the universe telling you that, hey, you need to go get help and come to terms with this shit, because you cannot go on. You will literally drive yourself crazy. Like, bro, you were in rehab. The rehab was working. You were doing good, and now you're shooting up every couple hours.
Because
you're not good. You're in the middle of a fight.
No, you didn't, fandom.
Partner. Start over, young man. Y'all, you know what? Y'all boo this man. Boo this man right now.
Like, we're still kind of sort of in the middle of episode.
We're kind of in the middle. There's not too many more big plot points to hit for this episode, though. We cut back to CostumeCo, and this girl comes from around the corner. This is kind of like the final boss in her fight with this organization for this scene right here. And she has this badass scar on her face. And while she's fighting, CostumeCo takes down a guy, and she hears her name. And when she turns around, here's this girl, and I'm like, oh, well, I perked up at that part in the episode. Like, wait a minute, who the fuck are you? And how the fuck do you know her? Or is this another lost sibling that we didn't know about? And no, we don't get the rundown on who she is.
I think she's just a friend or something. Well, not really a friend.
No, I don't think it was a friend. But that next episode.
Oh, that is part of the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
So here she just like backs away from her because they were trying to fight.
Right now.
CostumeCo was like,
she recognizes her, but she doesn't exactly remember what the whole situation was.
But she was like, I'm not trying to fight you right now because you looking the type of way. Well,
Frenchie comes back, and then there's more people coming in, and they start shooting. So her first concern is get Frenchie out of there.
The stupid high guy.
So they run out. Yeah.
The stupid high guy.
So that's where that fight ends. Yeah. And let's see. We talked about Negan and being mad about the cookies and the powder being wasted.
Yeah, that's back. That's far back.
Yep. We talked about that part with Huey when he does get back to the hospital, and he asks his mom why she left, and it was for the most natural thing. She was going postpartum, very, very terrible postpartum. And her friends were telling her it'll wait for 6 months, a year, it'll go away, and it never did. And it got to where they say Huey was like 7 or 8 when she left, and she kept trying for all that time. And he's like, well, you were always so fun though. And she was like, well, I would never let you see me like that. No.
Mm-hmm.
So she did her mom duties.
She held it because she eventually left when he was 11, right? Is that the age?
Yeah. Okay. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I think that like after she tried to schmooze herself,
and it didn't work. That's when she was like, okay, I gotta go.
She left at 11 when he was 11, and then she left. But I'm like, that's completely understandable. Like nobody was even really checking for it. It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It truly sucks, and not to mention that her husband didn't even notice. He was like, "You're just gonna feel better in a minute." I'm like, you didn't take the time to try to consider what she was going through.
and she was continually putting herself on the
Last.
back burner,
which I hate when mothers do that.
Which-
It irritates
yeah,
me
which
to
that-
my
that's
core.
and if you are in
It
postpartum
bothers me.
depression, it will ramp in so much worse if someone doesn't check on you. Because once you're in that mindset, and especially if you're trying to be okay for your kid first and foremost, but then to keep your family together, it's going to throw you in a whole other area of out of whack.
It just makes it worse.
Continually be in that state, it makes everything worse.
Like trying to
And-
sweep it under the rug and handle it yourself and ignore it just makes it worse. I'm like,
Mhm.
damn.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Please always try to seek help. Don't wait for someone to notice. It's okay to not be okay. You know,
Come on, that's the best show. Sorry.
It
That's
is
a show.
okay to not be okay.
That's a K-drama. It's
Go,
okay
go-
to not be
go
okay.
and get help.
And that's exactly what that show talking
Please,
about.
Go
It's
and get
okay
help.
to
Do
not
not
be
let
okay.
yourself be run down into the ground. Don't run yourself down. People
You-
are out there that will listen, that can help you. And
you should
Gavin,
also try to like
you're
let your
correct.
partner know, because that's the worst part. Is
at
trying to hold it
the
in
very least,
at the
very
expense
least,
of
talk to your
not
partner.
looking like whatever type of family you want to look like. I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mhm.
say something. I do it all the time because my friend, she's so stressed, and I was like, "Did you tell your husband?" Well, no. Then why are you telling me?
Mm-hmm.
I can't
I'm not the
control
one
this.
that's there. Yeah.
I'm not there. I'm like, if you wanted an hour to yourself, you need to tell your husband, I need an hour to myself. Like, keep these kids. These kids shouldn't
Mhm.
bother me. Set
Mhm.
time aside for yourself so you can get yourself together. I'm like, what you
Yeah.
telling me for? Because I'll come over there and be like,
Everyone
sit down and
needs
shut up. Like, I will square up
Mhm.
with your husband. I don't care. Like, frustrations. Like, come on. You got to put yourself
Mhm.
first. You have to put yourself first. Very important.
Right. Because if you're all stressed out and out of whack, how are you going to properly take care of that kid?
Not even that
It's-
kid, just like the
It's a
family.
while.
Like the whole family's out of whack.
Yeah.
Everybody's annoyed.
But what Gavin is saying here is, yeah, 100% trauma can damage you long-term memory. And yeah, Kimiko, may forget it. Like, she remembers the girl's face and she remembers why they're tied together. But I think it's the how they got there
And the
that
who she
ends up
is.
being the problem. And right, and the who the girl is. But again, we will get to that in a couple minutes when we're into episode 4. And you said you're trying to like the show. The plot's pretty good, but there are so many weird parts. There are a lot of weird parts.
Like,
a lot of weird parts.
Like, I'm enjoying the show, but not as much as I did in the prior seasons, because I felt like as a group they were together and they had a goal together. Right now they're just floundering.
even their side quests were all tied to the grander picture, and they were all communicating a lot better than they're communicating this season. So
like,
yeah,
Annie's doing something, Huey's at the hospital, MM is trying to manage but failing, so he's trying to work with A-Train. We got Kimiko and Frenchie out here just trying to make themselves
He's got
feel
his
better.
daughter
You got Butcher
worried
out here
about.
dying, doing weird shit. Like,
Mhm.
first of all, Barb needs to get her life together. I'm sick and tired of Barb running to MM every single time that her daughter needs discipline. What are you doing,
bruh.
ma'am?
Bruh.
It takes two people to parent. Why are you leaving the discipline up to him?
We talked about that last episode.
Shit.
This girl very clearly has a soft ass mom, because I do not know any other melanated person that would say suck a dick to their melanated mom and not have their lips wind up across the house stuck to a wall for talking out of turn.
Like, they don't make no difference. It don't make no damn sense. Like, I
You
don't
shouldn't have to
understand it.
call what I don't like that type of parent setup. You should not have to call in the other parent for
To be the disciplinary. Yeah.
both of
shouldn't.
you you're supposed to be a unit, whether you're still in a relationship with each other or not. It doesn't matter. Both of y'all need to be a unit raising your
So
child.
weird.
Stop.
It's so weird that she does that. But I'm just like, child, you'd be all right.
That's a whole
You
other.
see
Yeah.
me. I'm just like, girl, what is wrong with you?
It's more side quests. It's more side quests that don't
More side
really
quests that I don't want it. Because I think because of, well, next, is it Annie that's next?
for this episode.
Yeah, like, what happens next in this episode?
The last thing I think that we need to touch on for this episode, outside of, let's see, we just
Because
did
there's a
you.
lot, because we haven't even done the
Is,
bottom ice yet. We haven't done Annie talking to Firecracker, like, what do you want from me? like, why
Hold on.
don't you like me?
Okay, yeah. There. Okay, that's. Let me highlight that real quick.
My God. And then we also have to talk about
That
Ryan
one,
going back home
there's
from
Homelander.
Butcher.
There's a bit of a mind fuck that happens with another one that happens with Homelander. So we'll take that. All right, so I will say, actually, we'll save the deep in sage for last because that was the actual last scene of the ep. So let's go ahead and
I
cut
forgot
to
that was a thing.
Let's go ahead and cut to Firecracker and Starlight, and we've seen Firecracker's been actually popping off on Starlight from like jump
Continuously,
and we don't know why. And you could say that it's random mean girl mentality going after something, but then we get the backstory on it.
I mean, it's a good backstory too.
Starlight is.
It's a good one.
What we don't know Starlight for being someone that backs down when it comes to like trying to do the right thing. However, before she became that version of herself, she in fact was the mean girl at the Christian camp activities.
That is so hilarious to me.
And yeah, she apparently when they were 13, 14 or something in the junior leagues, there was some competition, a singing competition that they were neck and neck with, I guess, with
just
the
like
judges.
a pageant thing.
And
yeah,
some pageant thing, right? And right at the when they had to like do their special talent portion of it was singing, and Firecracker went out there to do her thing. I forget what she said her name was back then.
Sparkler, something like that. I think it's Sparkler.
It might have been, yeah. Because of course, the adult Firecracker, she was a sparkler when she was tiny. So she knows like a lot of people in the crowd were laughing at her, and come to find out, Annie had started spreading rumors that she was going around and gang banging with the judges, not in the shooting guns and robbing people.
No, in the Orjeje. The Orje.
Yes. So, and remember, this is the Christian camp talent
show. And remember, she was still
about
a teenager, like a young teen.
Yeah, they were still very young 13. They were very, very young teenagers.
And I'm like, ma'am, I'm not mad at you for being mad.
Like,
you better hold that gun.
Ma'am, I get it. I totally understand why you're upset. However, the one thing I will say though is that she didn't allow her mind really to grow too much from that point. And I'm not saying that she shouldn't be mad. No, I totally get it. I would have wanted to punch the bitch in the face too.
I'd be talking about her, but not making my whole career about her.
However, exactly. When you are holding on to beef this long in your life, like this is exactly why Firecracker is where she was when she came into the picture, because you have greatness in you, but you yourself have literally been holding yourself back, holding on to this little piece of beef from when you were a child. And I understand. I'm not trying to diminish it. I get it. It was important beef, and that was something that shaped you, sadly. But this is one of those things that in growing up, we learned that we have to properly process and put aside and let go. Because if you let your whole identity become that's so it, not only will it turn you into a terrible person ultimately, but it's going to tarnish everything in your life around you.
Trash.
And she's been Firecracker. She's just been hiding.
I think so.
She's just been hiding with this whole thing.
I believe so.
Back up. What up, John boy? Firecrackers are the illest.
That's early. That's spoilerizations.
Johnny, go back to bed. Ain't it past your bedtime over there across the pond, sir?
Yeah, we're on episode 3. That's a little later.
Plenty of girls like Starlight. Yeah. There were plenty of mean girls roaming the world, always during that age.
Yeah,
and
but
Starlight does suck. Exactly. See, and
I just run up and get people's faces.
Yeah, well, not everyone can do that.
I know,
and I agree. I agree with Gavin. Starlight's mom sucks, and we know who Starlight is. We know the type of person she is now, but back then when she was very heavily under her mom's thumb.
But that's also pageant. That's also pageant stuff.
And it
was
pageant
stuff. They gonna talk
think
shit.
we've all seen enough dance moms and pageantry issues with moms and their kids when they're in these pageants. So yeah, I can see completely how her mom was treating her, and if she wasn't a particular way, she was gonna catch heat for that at home, and she didn't want to go through that. It sucks, but in the whole grand scheme of things, she was also a victim of bullying. But and you are correct, Chantel. You're correct.
Yeah,
it can affect you very.
But harshly. I think this is the reason why Sister Sage had to recruit her, because they needed to get Starlight the hell out of there. Starlight was the only big opposition to Homelander. Period.
Exactly. So to answer your question, fandom, yes, that is the number one reason, the only reason that she is on that team. Because y'all know Sage. Sage does her fucking homework.
Yep.
So she knew that this was the only thing that was going to not even really take her down per se, but tarnish
make her a target
so terribly with her fans, and especially even more so with her opposition, that Annie would basically have to just disappear.
Not even just her fans, but also the people she was trying to work with in the government.
To actually, yeah. That was the grander scheme.
Yes,
because everybody knew, even though they thought they were slick, and this is what happens when the boys are not moving together. You know, when I move, you move. All y'all are moving in 20 different parts, and all of your fucking plans this season have been falling to shit because we're not a team anymore. And it's absurd. And yeah, exactly. She literally made her own supervillain. She made her arch nemesis.
Well done, ma'am.
And sadly, she did it at an age where she was a child, and it was a completely different type of life and mindset. But
well, too bad you did it.
Still become due. Yeah, you still did what you did. That's very true.
Listen, Chantel, you're right. Sage is playing AD. She's playing AD chess. She's got it up in the air, and it's in a circle. It's 360. The board is 360. It's in the shape of a ball. No.
You're talking about, look, I'm telling you, that's what we said since episode 1. Sage is in here playing wizard's chess on levels that even Ron Weasley, like one of the greatest wizard chess masters there is, can't play. That just is what it is.
Yeah, and Jake,
she looked. You know what? I wouldn't say Batman. I would say she's Owlman. And if you've watched, damn it, which one was it? It was one of the animated movies.
I don't.
The name. I know the name is escaping me right now. Is it Crisis on Infinite Earths? I think it was the animated version of Crisis on Infinite Earths. When they had they went to all the different realities, and there were like 5 different variations of all of them. One of them was Owlman, and I would say that's who Sage is, not Batman. Batman cares if he hurts people. Sage does not. Hold on. There was a comment here that I missed. Sage recruited her to sway Homelander and make him dumber. No, he does that all by himself. He doesn't need any help making himself look dumber.
No. Someone said Crisis on 2 Earths is what you're talking about.
Crisis on 2 Earths. Who said that?
Both. There's 2 people, Gavin and Fandom.
Okay. All right. Cool. But you remember that character, so yes. Thank you. Sage is on her Brainiac thing. I don't know that Brainiac would be able to hold her. I think she could. Yeah, she definitely big brain. I don't think Brainy. I think she would be above Brainiac. And Sage, she like I said, she different. And actually, to wrap up here with Starlight and Firecracker, this shit is about to blow up in like the worst way. And like I said, I very much sympathize, but you did create your own supervillain, bruh. You did that.
Personal
sadly,
problem. Gotta be better.
Never thought to go fix it. And yeah, and, you know, there's more to say on it, but I will let it wait for the actual
episode 4.
Indeed. So I think unless I am mistaken, the last big thing, well, 2 things.
Technically 3.
About. Yeah, you're right. Let's okay. We'll save the kink for the last one. Let's wrap up the 2.
I wasn't even talking about that. That wasn't even in it. That wasn't even included because we still have to do the Vought on Ice situation. We still gotta
and the
because that's technically 2 things because 2 things happened in that thing. Never mind the shenanigans, and then Ryan going back home.
All right, so let's start with Homelander and Newman. They're in a meeting, or she comes into a meeting with Sage and Homelander,
and Huey and MM are there to
at the Vought on Ice thing.
Called? What's the word? What's it called? Not infiltrate. What's it called?
They were trying to
spy. There's a word that I'm trying to figure out for spy. I can't figure out. Yeah. Agent? They were trying to do that.
They were trying to get their James Bond on, and they really were not go to plan.
They got
because there were surprise players on the board.
They got information from A Train that Newman was going to be at Vought on Ice for a meeting, and they were trying to follow Newman to get more information, but they didn't know who she was meeting. So when she got there, she was talking to. We got to see a little bit of that stupid ass Vought on Ice.
I'm so upset. I
hollered. She was like, "Around here, we say Merry Christmas." I was like,
if Maeve actually was dead, she would be turning in her grave. Like, bitch, no, you are not saying that shit with my name on.
Hollering. They know how to do cheesy, weird ass shit.
The ridiculous.
So while they were doing a test run of the show, MM and Huey were trying to like put shit together, and of course MM was pissed that nobody else showed up, and Huey was like, "Well, I can leave. I got stuff to do." And he was like, "No,
you can't.
Just help.
I need you to go plant this somewhere. We can listen in on what the hell is going on. One part of this plan is going to work the way it's supposed to work today. Damn it!"
Exactly.
And Huey has to get up in the vents.
I don't. You're right, John. I do not. I don't play with stealth. I just go in. I pull my guns out.
Go in, guns blazing.
I do. As a matter of fact, I don't even go in guns blazing. The first thing I do is throw a grenade, and then I walk in.
See, she's literally Coop. Coop's just come in, guns blazing.
I'm throwing a grenade, and then I'm walking through.
Yep. That's and then go see who else didn't get got at that time.
Yep. And then ping, pow, pow, pop, pop. In that order. Yeah. So I can't remember how they knew where they would be, but they had Huey.
I don't remember
freaking
in the vents.
I was like in the rafters. That's not the word. The vents. And so he was crawling around, and they see it's Homelander
making the most noise. How did they not hear him coming up?
I said that too.
I could not understand it. Like, bro, I understand you're in a rush, but you are in the ventilation systems, and I don't know if you guys are not. You don't have to even climb through a vent to know what it sounds like, because I'm sure we've seen those parts of our school where sometimes in the art room or just in the hallways in the basement, the vents be low enough for us to like jump and touch or something. That metal is very thin,
and it makes it. We can't
start moving with weight on it.
We can't fit in there.
Most people,
like, our shoulders would be the problem. You would have to be slim in the shoulders to get up in there, and I'm like, there is no way that you can like shimmy comfortably, like the way they were moving. They were like. You can't army crawl like that in a vent.
Not in all of them. No,
but you have to do like a little
big enough.
You have to do a little slide. You can't sit there and like sit up, put your knee up. You ain't got no room like that.
I mean, I wouldn't even want to do a slide because even that would create too much noise.
Exactly.
Too much noise. It's very hard to be quiet in there. So Huey is rushing because they didn't search for more intel, so they're kind of in here half cocked. They're not properly prepared. They didn't think that, Newman could be meeting with Homelander and Sage. And that's who's there. So as Mother's Milk is yelling at Huey to hurry the hell up, he starts making all the noise again. I don't know how Homelander did not hear him, but he didn't hear him. and he gets to like right over. There's always like they always end up being over the perfect vent.
Yep.
Where they can
right
see.
Underneath.
He's got the speaker out, so Mother's Milk can hear him also. And he's so nervous up there. What ventilation system was that? Because he was sweating up a storm. Like, bro, I feel like the cold
he got
air,
in there, he said it was hot. No, he said when he got in there,
hot. Okay, I missed
he
that.
said it was hot. Yeah. So he was covered up, and he was,
so he
moving
is
and sweating.
Super sweating, and he's hearing some interesting things. The information can be useful, but then he's not paying attention, and some sweat drips off his nose and falls right onto Homelander's shoulder.
I hollered.
Did you need to be having your face right in the middle of the vent grate to look down? You have the microphone. You don't need to see them. You could have been back on the middle and then just stayed there quiet the whole time.
No, because then we wouldn't have the amazing scene of him going, "That is fucking Huey."
I forget what he called him, but he jumped up into that damn vent so quick. I was surprised that
he didn't jump into the vent.
Scurry away.
He didn't jump into the vent.
He lasered it. He lasered it and then jumped.
Oh my gosh, I was hungry.
But yeah, by I guess Huey must have seen the drop hit because he was on the move. Because by the time Homelander did that, he did not see Huey anywhere in the vent. He was gone, but he wasn't out. He was still like doing the super hurried scoot through. Meanwhile, Homelander is shooting at everything, and once he gets out, he's running through the seats, trying to like stay in the unlit parts of the.
So he can see up into the rafters where Huey was.
Where Huey is, yeah.
And MM I think Mother's down Milk, there.
And isn't it Mother's Milk that diverts? Like he
goes down there to the controls and he hits the buttons and it moves the lights.
Yeah, and right when Homelander is about to blast Huey, the Mother's Milk pulls the light trick and it
flinches
his eyes and he flinches, and then the Queen Maeve is two pieces. Half, and I'm gonna give him some dap for that one because again, Maeve would not like that shit, and I don't co-sign the stuff that I know Maeve will not like. So she's taken care of. Oh, what's going on, Haymaker?
Huey does make a lot of mistakes.
There's somebody else I saw. Up, Chris. Chris saw you come in, bro. What's up?
Yeah, I had to ask, like, what was in them? Oh yeah, I remember.
But that's why I always take notes.
I can't take notes.
You're right.
I have to take notes
afterwards.
Right, Jake. That's not happening. So many mistakes.
Well, I mean, your first watch, because you're always recording, so yeah, you can't stop and take notes for that.
But I'm just like, the carnage that unleashes.
Total mayhem breaks out, right? And you can't even blame it all.
No, because they're panicking on stage.
He just started, but they're panicking. Yeah. So the one girl, as one of the guys is trying to help her, but she falls, and before he can go and help her up, somebody else skates over her hand. Well, through her hand. And if you're wondering by chance if that's a thing that can actually happen, yes.
Somebody died.
If you've never been ice skating, ice skates are sharp as fuck.
A hockey player died last year because during a fall or during a play, somebody's kicked up and the skates cut his neck. He bled to death.
I didn't. Was that one of the Blue Jackets? I didn't hear.
No. I think it was. I want to say it was like a Canadian team, but I know it happened last year because it was all over TikTok and people were like, it was. I mean, they were trying to decide whether he did it on purpose or was accidental, and I think they decided that he was on purpose because they had to charge him. It was a thing. It didn't make no sense to me.
There's no way.
No reason for your foot to go up into the air when you have skates on.
Anywhere like that. Yeah. So that's crazy.
I think they are in the process of charging him, but I would have to go look at that. But I didn't know that happened last year.
Rest in peace to that dude. That super freaking sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, all types of mayhem are going on here while people are trying to get off the ice. There's I think there's like maybe 3 or 4 more people that also end up getting taken out. One guy, he gets his throat slashed. There was somebody else, I think, that got caught in like the stomach or their hand or something. But it was all
a mess.
Horrible. And right when we see Huey going to try to get out, he gets to the doors, but he can't open any of them. The next thing we see is the camera cuts to Homelander, and he's running out one of the doors and doesn't see anybody.
Yeah, he's frustrated.
He takes off yelling And I'm thinking he's gonna see Huey running somewhere, and he doesn't. And why doesn't he?
Like the fly. What's it called? What's the
fly?
The way he boosts himself up into the air, Homelander. It's so cool in effect how they do that. I don't know how the fuck they do it, but it looks like he weighs like it's so much power and pressure when he goes boom into the sky. I was like,
he basically, he gathered up his weight, like that tension for the push off.
It's so cool. But Huey was gone because A-Train was saving that ass.
Because A-Train, and we remember, there was somebody else that was supposed to be meeting Mother's Milk there. Mother's Milk didn't tell Huey who it was.
Mm-hmm.
But A-Train got there right on time and got Huey the fuck out of there. And of course, Huey was turning around looking at him like, why the fuck would you do that? What did you do that for? Because of course, Huey still got beef. I don't blame him.
At this point.
What is it? What is it that A-Train said to him? I forget what he said.
You see me.
I know Huey asked why, but I don't remember what A-Train said.
I can't remember. I cannot remember.
All I have in my notes is that A-Train saves Huey when he's almost caught by Homelander.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's about it.
Yeah. And my favorite thing is going to Ryan. Because Ryan should have known better.
And we jump back to Ryan. He should have, boo. First of all, get back early. I understand you needed some time away, but you need to have gotten home before your dad did.
To shower.
You needed, not even that, no, because walking in, he needed to have had some spare clothes someplace else.
And if he got home early enough, it wouldn't have mattered.
Axe spray or something. Well, no, because the smell, it's Homelander. He would have still smelled those dirty clothes.
Because I'm like, sir, not him walking in there being like, where you been? At the park.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He can tell when you're lying.
You know what that reminded me of, right?
Get out of here.
You know what that reminded me of?
What?
Shit. Then was it Good Times? It was Good Times. No, not Good Times. What's the show with Rerun and Roger?
What's Happening?
Was it Good Times? What's Happening? There's one of the Medea movies, or maybe it was one of the plays. She focused on a scene that happened on that show with Lil Penny. Remember, because young Janet Jackson
with the mom, with the iron,
abused, and where you been, Penny? Penny, where you been? That's the scene that jumped into my head, and I'm really just dated myself again.
You did. First of all, the fact that I had to say What's Happening, I was like, damn, I didn't even watch that.
You didn't watch What's Happening?
No. By the time that I was born, I was watching Nick at Night, and that had
I was watching Nick at Night too.
No,
that was
that
my
had
shit.
It didn't have What's Happening on there. It had, oh my gosh, it had Good Times on there, The Jeffersons.
I watched The Jeffersons in the evening. That was part of the evening run.
Yeah,
not on Nickelodeon, but on regular TV.
Yeah, so I watched those. I didn't even get to see What's Happening.
Oh, Haymaker, you must not have watched them old shows. Look, yeah, go get into some of those old shows.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch What's Happening until I watched a few episodes when I was in my teens, but I didn't really watch the show. I watched Good Time all the way through and The Jeffersons all the way through, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that just dates both of us. Not just you, also me.
80s and 90s kids.
Once you say Nick at Night and you was talking about Mork and Mindy.
Look,
Green Acres.
I used to have a T-shirt with Mork and Mindy on it. R.I.P. Yeah, let me. Y'all can't see, but I'm gonna take a drink. Y'all, R.I.P. to Robin Williams. You're still missed, sir. Your talent was awesome.
Yeah, that was a line from. Yeah, so they had all those other shows, but he came in and he was grilling the hell out of Ryan, as he should, because Ryan should have known better than to lie to somebody with super abilities, because he got those too. So,
bro, if you can tell when someone's lying by listening to their heartbeats,
you know your father can.
A better prep plan. Maybe what you could have said is that, well, I wanted to go and take a walk, and I don't know how he found me, but Butcher came up to me while I was going into this park. There were some kids there I wanted to play, but
even lie.
And he showed up.
I went to see Butcher because he's sick and I'm scared. Because that's pretty much what he said in the end.
True, pretty much what he said in the end. Anything, and I think the result would still have been the same.
Exactly. That's the thing. He's not going to kill you. He's just going to be real mad.
Would have been the same. He's going to be mad.
He's going to be real frustrated, and ask the question that he asked. He was like, "Why did you do that? Why am I not good enough for you? Why am I not good enough for you that you have to go see him? Which is the
The
question
line
that he
before
asked
that.
anyway.
Yeah, he acts that at the end though. The line before, when he starts going into that rant, is what really did it for me. And if you really didn't notice before, this is what cues you into how Homelander operates and how his mind works and how he thinks and sees things. He says to Ryan, I gave you everything that I wanted, when I was a child. Why don't you like it? Why don't you love me? Why are you still looking at Butcher? Bruh. This isn't about what you wanted. Everything's not about you. This is this boy's life. You can't just hold people under your thumb like that, especially when you have acquired him. Well, not that he's an object to be acquired, but I'm gonna say, because to Homelander, he really is just an asset.
He is.
When you've acquired this boy after what it's been maybe a year that you've had him, he has all of the previous years of his life with Becca being a constant and great positive energy in his world.
Well, you gotta even think about it. It's like the golden rule. It's like the golden rule type of thing where you used to follow the rule, treat others how you would want to be treated. No, you treat others how they want to be treated. And so he doesn't understand that part yet. But I mean, I understand why Homelander's upset, because he's never had a father figure that was actually a father figure. So he's trying to figure out how to do this from scratch, from his narcissistic, crazy ass way. And it's mind boggling to him why he's offering the things that he thinks that he would want, and he's not taking them. And I was like, dog, you didn't even ask what the hell Ryan wants. And of course he blows up at him. He yells at him and scares him, and he's just like.
And Sage tried to tell him that. Sage tried to tell him, yo, that you got to let him fly. So he has to seem like the chosen one. You can, Luke Skywalker, Harry Potter, you can't be like right there with your hand on his shoulder, smiling the whole time. If you want to actually come into his own light, if you really want people to big up him the way you want, you have to let him do it by himself.
He's got to do it by himself.
You can't.
But that breakdown scene, my God. When I tell you this man's an actor,
he's going back into his Green Goblin phase.
He's an actor.
Yep.
That man is an actor.
Yeah, what is his name? What is that? Anthony Starr?
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to you, my dude, because I can't stand Homelander. That means you're doing great.
Exactly. Like, he is an actor. The little picture of him at the bottom being so sad and crying, the one at the top that's annoyed, the one on the right that's angry, the one on the left is the main one real hard about making plans.
Like you don't. So you made some plans and Ryan doesn't like you. Boo hoo hoo. Get over it, pussy.
Like, wow. And he was like, you know what you need to do, right? You know what you got to do. You got to go back home.
Go home, John.
You got to go home and try to figure out why you need to have such approval, everyone to like you. Stop wanting people to like you and just do you. I'm like, wow. He's got a point though. But that's dangerous. But he's got a point.
He does have a point. But that's dangerous because you got to remember, this is Homelander, and Homelander will always take good ideas and twist them
to fuck up sometimes.
He cannot understand that anything he says he does would be wrong. It's crazy. It really is. But that's all. That's all of the major things, with the exception of one thing. At the end, we see, at the beginning when they had that meeting, Deep got, quote unquote, fired from the other side gig that he had at Vault, and that was running
security. Was it
the security? The surveillance department. And of course, because of that leak that got out, that got those two guys off of the murder charges that they tried to set up. They're trying to find out who did it, and everybody's looked at Deep like, well, what are y'all looking at me for? That because it was your department,
dog.
You're seeing it.
He's like, I don't know.
So you're not doing your job. So you know what? That's not going to be your job no more. And we get to this scene here, and he's pressed about it. He's still taking on that advice that Sage gave him in the last episode, and he comes at her trying to put some bass in his voice, and she's just looking at him like, yeah, basically not really paying too tough attention about it. And while he starts talking, homie likes his fried foods, and he hasn't had a whole lot lately because Homelander told him he was fat or getting fat last season. So he immediately hones in on the blooming onion from Outback Steakhouse. He's like, that blooming onion from Outback? He said, yeah, you want some? You damn right I do. And he sits down. Yeah, it has one little petal, he's mouth watering over it and whatnot. And then they actually start talking. I think you can automatically tell something's wrong with Sage.
Yes, I was like, either she's in real chill, relax mode, or she's like drunk or on something. I'm like, something.
I thought she had to be on something because they start talking, and then one thing leads to another, and she's like, you're kind of hot, and deep, of course, because it's horny ass deep. It's like, oh, you are totally fucking hot, yeah. Right, and they go there, and they go there. And they do, and the camera pans out onto something I thought that she had just shot up with, hence me thinking she's high. But the real reason that thing was there will be discussed in another few minutes when we get to that scene for episode 4.
Well, I assumed at the end of episode 3 that that Homelander got tired of her shit. Because I was like, did Homelander come back in and bop her real quick and then go away? Somebody had to bop her. I assumed somebody bopped her.
I didn't think that at all. I didn't know exactly what it was, but I knew
I looked at it and I was like, did somebody bop her in the head and give her like a lobotomy and bop her? Like, who did that? I was like, it could have been like 3 people. Homelander, Firecracker, or Noir following instructions. I was like, who did it?
Noir,
maybe, I was like, who the fuck did it?
Firecracker ain't built for that. I don't think so.
She would have to like
I didn't think that anybody did anything to her. I couldn't clearly see what the thing was, so I thought that she had just used it to like shoot up some drug.
I looked at that thing and I was like, that is a metal stick with bleeds on it. Somebody poked that in her back of her head. I thought it was like right here
or something.
Sometimes you be like, huh, and like your body claps.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought happened. But yeah, episode 4.
Mild. Oh wait, hold on. Actually, what are we rating? What are we rating? Episode 3. I think I'm gonna go with damn, what rating system did we use last time, y'all? I forget.
I don't know. It's random. You know me pick something. How about how many blooming onions?
How many blooming onions? Okay, I will give this a 7.75 blooming onions out of 10.
I'll give this 7 blooming onions out of 10.
Yeah,
because I'm really sick and tired of Frenchie and Kamiko's storyline at this point. I'm tired of everybody being apart, but I'm really tired of that storyline.
Yeah, it also just the whole Colin aspect, and like Colin came into play because he's at the Starlight House. Like I'm tired, and I'm like, okay, I get him being there, but I didn't need this whole thing with him and Frenchie. I really didn't. We already knew what Frenchie's sexuality was. I get it. I just
like we already know what his history is.
Y'all didn't need to put all that in. Yeah, exactly.
We know what his history is too. Like we know that he was out here doing all types of stuff for the Russian mafia.
All of the things. All of the things.
And I get that he's having issues with it, but I don't like the fact that it's just like it's too much. It's too much. It's just too much running around. It's too much not being focused on the superheroes who can come out here and kill you at any moment. Y'all is separated. If y'all are not with Kimiko, y'all are in danger. You know what I'm saying? Like it's too many humans running around here pretending like they got powers.
Exactly.
So I don't like
it. No, it's that clearly you've never been to Outback Steakhouse, young man. No, it's not blue and onions, and no, John, it's not plum onions either. Blooming, like how a flower blooms. Blooming onion. Look it up.
Season an onion,
and when you see the picture, you'll get why they call it blooming.
And flour, and then they fry that whole
season.
They fry that thing whole, and then people eat it with a dip of something. I don't eat it because I don't like onions like that.
I don't. Yeah. See, I will let other folks order it, and I will very easily then strip off the seasoned, nicely fried batter, and just batter. I'm a fan of onions when they're like diced and adding flavor into my stews and my rice, but just to eat onion rings, nah, not a fan.
Nar. Look, nar.
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 All right. So on step 4.
Listen, this episode This episode started the tirade of limiting ads on my channel that I have to fight every single day.
Wait, you said lemonade ads?
No, limiting ads. What is because the boys is like has all this type of stuff in it. So showing the boys, they've been hitting every single boy episode, but this one they actually labeled it. They limited the ads on it and labeled it unsuitable for most viewers. And ever since then, every single video I put up, no matter what the content is, I have to fight to get the ads on there. I'm like, listen,
sucks.
Woo, this episode right here did it.
This episode, yeah. This was a pretty big episode for most of our characters, I think. We start off with Homelander semi coming out of the Green Goblin. I'm gonna start calling him Goblin Homelander. And he brings this ice cream cake to some random secret base. And first, the security guy down there was like, hey, all of our cameras just went dark, and there were like 8 or 10 cameras there. So I can imagine the people upstairs that are no longer breathing air anymore. And when the elevator dings as he gets to this floor in the sub basement, I think it's like, what is it, like basement 5 or 6 or something?
Yeah.
And everyone sees him and they're like, oh shit.
Yep.
Immediately everyone's worried, and immediately everyone should be worried. However, y'all are at this super secret base and you just got 3 random clothes. Like, these dudes don't even have on any cap. Actually, no, it wasn't even dudes. It was one guy. One security person there that was armed. No bulletproof vest, no type of extra combat anything. Just a dude with like a flashlight and a gun. And what the hell are you going to do with that to Homelander besides make him...
Besides open the door? Besides just go ahead and open the door?
They didn't even need to open the door. No, once he got off the elevator, he was in the room.
I'm like, trash. That's all you could do. But those poor people, except for the people that, I mean...
This scene was super terrifying.
I would have been like...
As soon as he got down there, and he started all the very clear fake smiling, I was like, see, okay, this is where they fucked up in the design of this sub-basement level. I don't know what's going on the other levels.
Fandom, you are correct.
But you do not have just one exit to that room.
Well, it's a super secret room. They needed to have only one exit, because if something were to go wrong, they were just going to destroy the room.
No,
I get it.
But how are you going to get out? Nah,
they didn't worry about that. They didn't worry. It's botched. That's the problem. They were like, they sacrificed the whole entire room and everybody in it to keep secrets.
I quit. You know what? I'm not even taking the job. Exactly. I'm not even taking the job. Nah.
Day one. Where am I going? Why am I going to level 7?
B5? Oh, well, can I get a tour of the floor first? Yes. Okay, cool. Wait, there's no other doors? What if like there's a gas leak, or what if the elevator stops working? Are there stairs? No.
Okay, hold on real second. Fandom, listen, I started watching Attack on Titan for a very long time, and then it got to season 4 and I fucking hated it and I dropped it. I dropped it after season 4? Was it season 3? Whatever the last season was, part 2, part 1. I dropped it.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever watch that full series because it's long as fuck.
It's not that long. That is not long. One Piece is long. One Piece is long. That's not too long. It's just that I hated the end. I knew where it was going, and I thought it was a cheap crap way to end the show, when they should have just blown up everything and shown the destruction and what happens when two groups are unmovable forces because they both think they're right. That's what they should have done. But yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. John, take this job and shove it. And is it in the school? No. I do not think this
No, I think it's under Vought. I think it's under Vought.
I think it's under Vought. Yeah, Homelander was definitely not. Right, at least as far as we know, he was never anywhere near
Gen V
the school until like that last episode in season 1 of Gen V. So he comes down there and he starts talking to the people that are down there. You know, one of the guys actually recognizes him. It's like, oh, you're still here. And he sees another one that's still here. And it's like, oh, where's the director? Oh, she's out of the building today.
Oh, could you get her to come in?
Go ahead and call her in, please.
Well, here's the thing. That I think what irritates me about this whole entire scene is that you guys are obviously terrified of Homelander, right? And every single time they address him, they kept calling him John. And he kept correcting him. And I was like, after the first correction, why are you still calling him John? Stop playing.
Why would you come out of pocket and think that it was cool to even use his government name?
Like, he don't like that. He wants everybody to call him Homelander. I
don't understand.
Like, y'all tripping.
And
I
then
was like, every time they said John,
made him do this over and over and over again. Bruh. I might, Gavin, but legit, we can barely keep up with all the shows that we have now. I don't know that I could interject anything. I mean, it's not new, but like I've been thinking of finding a way to do like a full Charmed don't you Charmed and review, but
rewatch and review don't have no pictures, don't have no nothing from it. Okay, they popping people for real for Charmed.
What?
They
wait, the old
they're coming after people on Patreon. They're popping people for Charmed. Charmed. This dude almost had his whole entire Patreon channel and YouTube channel destroyed because they were hitting him with copyrights, and they were like, "We want you to take everything off. Be careful." Even the discussions,
even with reviews,
even the discussions, they were like, "How long is this discussion? It's too long. It could be footage." They don't even look. They just instantly.
Oh, so yeah, that would be a constant freaking battle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so be careful. If you do it, I say do it in seasons. Do it in seasons. Be quick.
That scratches it. I mean, see, well, if it's a season, then it's going to be bare minimum at least an hour and a half discussion.
I would say an hour.
Yeah,
like
we can't do that. Even an hour, I feel like they would try to come in and smash that. I don't like that.
Like, it's real dicey out here.
Hey, Jackie. That really sucks because I really love the original Charmed. If y'all didn't know what I was watching,
not
that BS that they released
the remake thing.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But Walking Dead did used to do that. Like
Walking Dead was horrendous too.
They almost a couple times tried to come in with the motion comic that we're doing on the Walking Bread channel. Luckily, it was never actually done, and the boys have tried to speak with A&E saying, hey, we're doing this, we're not making no money off of it, we just love the material and we want to put something cool out there, but they never answered back. But a full strike has never been given either. So
okay, they've just given like content checks. Okay, those are easy to get by, but they were hitting people with the strikes for Charmed.
Yeah, that's sad because Charmed was such a great show. Such a great show. Yeah. But anywho, so let's back to the show.
Yeah,
let's see. We only spend we spend that small time with him going down and saying, "Hey, I brought cake. Hurry up and get a bite
and get Barb down here while you're eating."
Right, so and go ahead and call Barb. Tell her she need to come through so we could just sit and reminisce. And then it goes to Busher while he's trying to take a shower, and that thing that we saw crawling around under his skin now bigger.
Dying to know what it is.
And crawling near his spine. Is he actually dying? Or
I don't know. Or like developing a new
metamorphosis happening?
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like, it's gotta be something growing inside of him that's getting ready to pop out all crazy like. It's gotta be.
I was on the fence with that thought because that's immediately where my brain went when I saw how this thing was moving, and especially was moving around his spine. And if you know anything about the human body, like your spinal cord, connects like right up the back to your brainstem. And if a parasite were to go in there, they could potentially take over your brain. It's kind of the same tactic that the Goa'uld used in the Stargate franchise.
But in that episode, in this particular episode, you saw it in his back. But in either the episode before, either 2 or
it was around his forehead,
1, it was around his temples. So I'm just like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
all things connected to the brain, and it's bigger now. It's not small like it was a couple.
I feel like
episodes.
it's like multiple different wormies. I don't think it's the one
think so?
long worm. I think it's
That
like
could be.
multiple.
That very
Like
well could be.
he's got the worms. You know, what I'm saying? You know, puppies and animals can
Yeah,
have worms.
yeah.
And he's got them. That's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking. That's what I'm gonna call it.
That
Not
is
brain slugs.
high possibility. What you say?
Oh.
I mean, he's not wrong though. He's kind of not wrong. And yeah, some type of symbiotic something. Yeah. See, I don't know if it's venomous. Actually, you know what?
It could be because it's a riff off of that.
Put a pin in that and then remind me. Yeah, because there's a thing that happens later. I'm not gonna bring it up right now though. But after we see this, once we see that thing start moving, he starts to kind of pass out, and he falls, hits his face. Luckily, not the front of his head or his eye. Yeah, he just like splits his cheek a little bit and falls out of the tub. And he sees suspicion of Becca, like, "Hey,
get up,
no,
bitch.
no,
Get up,
you get the fuck up.
Get out.
You can't quit. Okay, look, the job does not end just because you might be about to die.
Exactly.
Get up.
I'm gonna need you.
We don't have time for this. We got work to do." And it looks like she's reaching her hand out, and it looks like he's about to grab it, but then of course she's not really there, and he grips on to the edge of the tub, pulls himself up. And from that, we switch back to the hospital with Huey's dad, and he's about to be pulled off life support. And mom is in the room, the doctor's in there trying to tell Huey what the deal is, and he's like, no, you can't do this. No, he's all nervous,
like he's losing brain capacity. What do you think? Like we can't reverse it.
The machines say, by all intents and purposes, he's brain dead. So right now, the only thing keeping this man alive is these machines. His brain is not going to just miraculously bounce back from that. Not with the regular medical shit that humans know how to do. And he looks at his mom like, "You can't do this." I'm like, this is what he wanted, though. He didn't want what I think I understand his dad completely there. He doesn't want to suffer. And two, more importantly, I think actually, he doesn't want to be a burden and drag anybody down, hold anybody in place just because they're hoping there's a chance that he might wake up. He didn't want to go through all that. He didn't want to put people through that type of grief. So, yeah, I mean, and again, she has power of attorney. What can she do besides honor your dad's wishes? You may not want to accept that. And then again, this is also a good reason that he did remove him as power as attorney, because he knows Huey's heart. He knows if he is in trouble, like for real trouble, Huey's going to do whatever he can, move mountains if he needs to help him. And that's the situation that we're in right now. So sadly, Huey's like, "Look, just wait, give me some time. I'll be back."
Which is the worst, because
because he's about to go do some fuck shit. That's basically it.
Yeah.
So
does it cut to?
It cuts to
him doing the fuck shit, or Annie?
It goes to Annie, but before that, there's a small little blip on the TV where we see what they're talking about, the Godolkin 4 and what happened with them, why they fell from grace or whatever. They didn't show the whole thing, but
poor baby, poor Chancey Poo.
Yeah, all of them, right? And I did not know that he passed. Yeah. R.I.P. Chance. I hope they just recast the character, but
no,
they may end up something different.
They're not going to. They said that.
Right.
They said they're going to try to write his death or his like take him out the show, but they're not going to recast him.
They got to put somebody else in that slot now.
Or it could just be the Godolkin 3. They can just write his character out completely. His name is Chance Paradomo. He was on the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina as Ambrose, and he was in Gen V. Somebody just sent me something.
I forget what the actor that was in. I mean, if you remember the movie from way back, Save the Last Dance with Julia Stiles, he was the young man that was her co-star. in that movie. Well, not him, but the guy that's playing his dad, the character Polarity, who was also on the Seven back in the day. The actor that played that man's son is who he was. He was one of the like top 10 students, and his best friend was the boy that died. In the what the fuck was it? The brother to the kid that was locked up in the forest.
It was the Schwarzenegger, but that's the actor. I don't know what his character name was in the show, but he was the Schwarzenegger. Don't ask me what his man's name is.
We remember characters.
I know his real name is Schwarzenegger. He's Arnold's kid.
What that is it? Wait, the boy that played what's his name's brother? The
number one kid was Arnold Schwarzenegger. The number one hero before.
The one that took himself out.
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Golden Boy. Yeah, Golden Boy. Golden Boy is Schwarzenegger's
Holy shit! I didn't know that. Interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, yeah. So Golden Boy's best friend. That's the person that died. Mm-hmm. So R.I.P. Chance. That really.
No, he didn't die in Gen V. Their characters were their characters were all captured.
Yeah, we're talking about the actual actor.
Yeah, Patrick, that's his name. Yeah, and he actually he died in a motorcycle accident at the beginning of the year, like March, maybe, I believe.
That's so sad.
Mm-hmm. I know we're all confusing.
Young actors.
Golden Boy's real dad in real life is Arnold D. Schwarzenegger because his name is Patrick D. Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, and the boy that played the man that played his best friend on the show, that actor is who passed away.
Passed in real life. Yes. Yeah. That's Chance. Chancey Poo.
Indeed. R.I.P. Chance. So after that little blurb, I thought I like those little tidbits when they do that because it's those world connecting things, and I like that they pay attention to detail on that.
Yep.
From there, Starlight meets with our president, who I think they're still going through like the full changeover process, but
no, I think they're still running.
Are they still running? Okay.
Yes,
okay.
They're still running because remember she was like, "We've got New York, we've got Arizona." Yeah, they're still running.
But him and Victoria are in strong lead in the race, and so they're meeting, and they're basically scheming and plotting. And she says that she can help get the bill passed, even being a super. She can spin the masses, and she can, and get it done. So she'll have people out there protesting and pushing for the bill to come through. I mean, it's kind of like the what do they call it in X-Men? The superhero act. I mean, well, for the MCU, it was like the Sokovian Accords.
Accord, yeah.
But yeah, in the X-Men,
I can't remember.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was the superhero. Why? I love those movies. I still watch them periodically.
Mm-hmm. I watched the first two and then I stopped.
I get it. I
watched the first two and I was like, I'm good.
Yeah. So Starlight basically makes this deal with the future prez, and he, says he shows he's going to back her with that because she's going to be helping him because his goal is to get control from Vault out of the way. Vault. See, I did it again.
I was ready. I looked at you. See me look at the camera.
Oh, I know. Because if you watch Fallout, see you, Gavin.
Oh, God.
Catch you probably on Sunday. We'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there you go. See y'all Sunday.
Or Saturday if you want to have the spoiler chat on
That's right. Channel. That's right, y'all. Go hit up Sphinx's channel and come for the spoiler chat that we're gonna do. Mods, if one of y'all could get Sphinx's channel.
Okay, so they said that the race is actually over. So yeah, they're in the process. You're right.
Like they're waiting for the finalization from Congress and all that stuff. Yeah. Okay, cool. So they have their discussion about that, and then we cut to Frenchie, who wakes up from getting his ass kicked in Colin's bed, and Colin is still trying to take care of this man because I think he's fallen for him already, and we can see the clear mutual attraction is there. But again, Frenchie, you knew this shit was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you're still here.
Mm-hmm.
Just what the frack? What the frack is all I can say.
Yep.
And this is one of my ongoing gripes. You know, I love Frenchie. Don't get me wrong. You know, and Meeks digs Frenchie too.
My favorite character.
No, damn it. Where is it?
Nope.
I'm trying to pull it up.
Yep.
Nope. That ain't
nope.
it. Look, don't judge me.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out the controls. It ain't my fault. Okay.
Yeah.
That right there. Actually, you know what? I might leave it like this because I really like how I was able to get these things done.
First of all, I actually look like a man. It can never womanize me, and I have a little. I'm always a man in these.
You still look like you though.
Always a man.
At least to my eyes, I can tell that that's not Frenchie. That it's you.
Yeah, but I'm just like I'm sick of this. You see me every time. I love this character so much, and I'm just like.
Right, like Frenchie, you stay fucking up, though, bro.
Next,
like you know the right thing.
I don't care.
You know the right thing, and you still let yourself fall in and get trapped.
You keep doing this to yourself. Like, I don't care. Next.
You can go all the way back to season 1 when I think it might have been revealed fully in season 2 when we find out, you know, when what's her name, Grace's grandsons were killed. It's because Frenchie left his post to go be on some fuck shit. Like my dude, come on.
Yep.
Come on. And
I told y'all, listen, I follow.
Yeah.
The moment he passed, I was like, what the fuck are they gonna do? Because he's a major character.
Yeah. I mean, and I stand that because that's the exact same thing that the MCU did with
MCU can't. They can't recast him. He is Black Panther. They cannot recast.
Yeah.
Oh, they just can't.
Fully agreed. They had to move on. I mean, technically, you could say they did recast him, but also what they did is comic canon. And I know a lot of folks was mad about it, but yeah, Shuri is the Black Panther in the comics. T'Challa had his run, and then it went to her.
Google would have fixed that, but they refuse. That's a personal problem.
They refuse. Look, these are the same folks that complained about Lenny Kravitz playing the character he did in the Hunger Games,
or Rue,
and the little girl Rue that did that. And if you don't know what that was, it's a funny random controversy. I love to.
It's not funny, or is it random? It's the same. It's always the same.
I'm saying the setup for it is
why
what
niggas in our shit.
Because why are you casting people of color in these roles? You can literally go into the book and find the paragraph where it describes these characters. And they in book canon where it's originated, they are black.
Black people aren't allowed to have fantasy.
Came out the woodwork talking about how, but I never pictured them that way.
That's
well, then
you
chose
to not
reading
do that.
the book.
Personal problem. Listen, you know I
reading
feel about
reading
that.
is fundamental. Reading is fundamental, and clearly y'all did
also fundamental. I'm just like, listen, you know how we as black people aren't allowed to be in anything except for slave movies, gang stuff. Kids need to be helped in schools, and maybe military things. That's it.
Possibly.
We're not allowed to be fantasy.
Only for the amount of time that were needed there, and even then, it's still ridiculous.
It's still too much.
But again, that's stream for a whole other day. I don't know. Maybe one time we'll go a deep dive. We'll see. Where are we at here? Yeah,
Huey and Kamiko getting that compound V. And that was us next because Huey sends a text to A-Train and he thinks he's talking to MM, and he shows up and it's not MM. He's mad because it's not MM.
That is on the way. I think a little before that, Firecracker and what was it? And Vault. They're setting up a.
Did you say Vault again?
Damn it! Y'all know what I meant. Hey.
I'm like
Vault Vault. Shut
Vot.
up. Don't judge me.
Vot. Come here. Vot.
Look, it's not my fault, okay? I don't feel good, and the shows is running together in my brain. All right, this is what happens when you have 1,001 fandoms in your
She's
brain.
like, yeah, in the vaults. Yeah.
Okay, but y'all know what I'm talking about, though. Anyways, yeah. So, Firecracker and Vought, they're about to do a campaign that's like right across the street from the Starlight House.
Yeah, as they should, because that's petty.
Because it's petty and it sets a very, very high bar on if you think you coming for us, bro, we at your throat. What are you gonna do?
That's what Firecracker's supposed to be doing. That's her life. That's
Firecracker. Yeah, and that's exactly what she was. Right. This is the chick that she's basically a professional troll. And before we thought all she was just a troll spitting shit for the views, but now we find she's a super powered troll.
Yeah, which makes that's what happens when you put the power behind somebody. It's not even she could have been a regular human, but since Vought put that power behind her, she's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And she's is specifically Starlight's problem because she ain't talking about nobody else.
Nobody else. Ever since she got onto the 7, her key number 1 attack has been directed towards Starlight.
Before that, she had a whole podcast about her.
She did have the smoke.
Did a whole what's the thing called panel about Starlight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which again is just wild because
that's too much energy.
You are giving that living rent free in your brain. That's not good for your mental health. It really isn't. But yeah, that it's setting up there. Then we cut to a scene with the Deep, where damn it, I almost said Galadriel. Not my fault. The woman that played Galadriel, that's who is the octopus's voice. Ambrosius, is that her name?
Ambrosia. I don't know if it's Ambrosia or
Ambrosius or something like that.
Hold on.
But Deep basically goes home and his octopus girlfriend hears him, and she's still in the closet, hidden away behind clothes.
Ambrosius, you're right.
Ambrosius, okay. And she's like, can you at least come in here and look at me while we're talking? And he goes in there, and of course he's just being the regular stupid blah that Deep gets into. And she's like, look at my tank. Like, did you notice anything? Like, you haven't cleaned it in over a week, and now there's algae starting to grow everywhere. And they do show the tank, and it's looking disgusting.
It's very
It's very contaminated.
It's very
Like, has he even been feeding her? Honestly, like that's
probably
that was my next thought. Like, bruh, ew. It's not. So she's trying to get him to, see her plight. Like, okay, I understand you have to leave and go to work, but like, can I not be in the closet behind all these clothes in darkness when you go? Can I be put back like in the bedroom with the aquarium over your bed? And Deep, of course, he totally curbs that.
He sure does.
And then walks back out the room, and I'm like, damn, bruh, what the fuck? Just Deep is trash.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. Like, you have her trapped up in this room for what?
Mm-hmm.
Weird. You're weird. Because you're not supposed to have her in the first place.
Exactly. You've been lying about getting rid of her. And
trash.
Now that you done got somebody else's moisture on your peen, now you sprung and you don't have no time for the octopus girlfriend. Like, bro, if it's really like that, at the very least, at least keep her tank clean. Or here's the thought: send her back home.
If you don't want me, then don't talk to me.
She was asking to go on vacation. She was asking on the vacation, and she said, "Hey,
don't want me, then don't talk to me." Like, what did Fantasia say? Go ahead.
You don't want me, then don't
with
talk
someone
to
else.
me. Come on.
Look at tired.
Seriously. Get out of here. when she was asking about Hope, we could just get away, what is his name? Kevin? You be Kevin and Ambrosius, just chilling in the ocean. My cousins, they still got that reef that's going down. So look, take her to the reef where her family is and let her hang out with her cousins. And then you can stop hurting her. Because it's some bullshit, Deep. This is why you're the worst. You don't know how to treat any lover in your life correctly.
Well, you'd have to care.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
You would have to care first.
Yeah, we'll just skip right over the part where she was literally the only thing helping to hold him together for quite some time. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. Now, where'd it go? Where's that?
Oh yeah, no.
I
didn't watch any Batman situations after The Dark Knight.
I did watch the Edward Cullen Batman.
I'm tired of Batman.
I did enjoy Zoe in that role though. She Anne Hathaway I really liked. She brought a little bit of sass, but then so did Zoe.
I'm tired.
Please.
I'm tired. I'm so sick and tired of Batman. I don't want any more. They've rebooted it like 29 times.
If only some nerds would be able to let go of that, we could get new characters.
I'm like, there's so many other characters in the world, and I want the movies to introduce you to them, but y'all keep talking about the same four. I'm like, I'm done.
Drop her off at SeaWorld. Hold on, that is cruel and unusual punishment, sir.
I say put her back in the ocean.
I would encourage you to go and look up some things about SeaWorld. They're really not that great. I would prefer to put her back
still functioning
where she came from. Yeah, exactly.
Very surprised they're still functioning.
Yeah, no, I would not recommend any animal go to SeaWorld. Never.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Deep is trash. Complete hot garbage.
Honestly, what? I'm sorry.
What?
I'm reading and I'm yelling out loud.
The director of the new Batman movie is making the Aegon the Conqueror. Wait, that's gonna be a movie?
You see me? I was like, wait,
not a show? I am pardon us for this moment of silence. You cannot properly tell an origin story in the lands of Planetos within the hours of a movie.
It says a show, but the director of Batman 2. Is that what?
I hope it's gonna be a show, because even if the movie is 3 hours long, it's not gonna be enough time.
I would take a movie to do an introduction, and then we go to the show.
And that would work. That would work. But just to come out with one movie for The Conquering, absolutely not. Absolutely, there's too many cool things to go on. That's why this adaptation of Fire and Blood, the adaptation of The Dance of Dragons, is in seasons, not just one movie. Oof. Anywho, let me get myself back together, back into the poise mode. All right, so from that conversation with Deep, where do we go next? Sage. Okay, my note says Sage is playing a game with Firecracker and the Truth Bomb about Starlight. Yeah, and that's basically it, because we already said it.
We already know that. She said that whole
Firecracker is only there to cause discourse specifically towards Starlight.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And while this is happening and they're setting up across the street, Starlight does, she's good at, sensing danger and, again, protecting people. She gets all her people out through the back door, especially some of the kids that they were trying to help, right? As she should. She gives her own credit card to Colin that says, hey, it's almost maxed out already, so be easy on the room service and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But still, go get someplace where y'all can be safe. And again, that's what I'm saying. We know Starlight's character. This memory of her that is being held onto by Firecracker, Again, she has a right to be upset. I'm not saying she
At this
doesn't.
point,
you can't
Amy
hold
just
on
needs to figure out
like
what to do about it. You already had the
Yeah.
conversations. You know what it is, so you got to figure it out.
and you tried to apologize, and good on you, because very, very few times I see an apology after some mean girl shit that I actually believe it's sincere. But you can clearly see with Annie, it is very sincere. We've seen her character. We know who she is. But Firecracker, for whatever reason, doesn't. And she's only going to take in everything new that she's learning about Starlight and try to tweak it.
Of course,
And
as she should. I mean, like, this
point,
this is her job. At this point, it's not even about like her feeling like this. This is her job in the 7. So she's going to do her job. And
she's doing it unironically. Like this was Sage's plan, but Firecracker didn't know that this was part of the plan. She has not fathomed that she is just being used right now. She doesn't know that she's a pawn.
She thinks that she is smarter, and she thinks that she was chosen for a reason. She thinks that she's better. That's what happens when you think a lot of things about yourself that a lot of people don't think about you. It's easy to put you in situations that are trash.
She thinks that she could very well become the queen to Homelander's king on the chessboard. And she doesn't realize that she is just the lowliest pawn on the board.
There's only one thing lower than her, and that is the Deep.
And that's I was gonna say Ashley, but
no, she's not even a super. Like, she don't even matter. Like, as far as the 7, the Deep is the only thing lower. Because even Noir is up there, as long as he shut the fuck up and pretend to be Noir.
Fair enough.
Like, shut up, sir.
Fair enough. And yeah, that's the right call for it right there, Jackie. Self-delusion.
Yep.
She has purposely deleted anything that could have been positive in her thoughts towards Starlight. And we know Starlight's done some amazingly cool shit. And I think, the friendship that she has with CostumeCo also speaks well towards her, because there is a lot of folks, even within the boys, that wanted to take CostumeCo down like right off rip. But they didn't. And once Annie joined, she even more tried to protect her and make sure whenever they got out of pocket and started talking shit, both her and Frenchie were like, hello, no. What we're not going to do is anything bad to her.
Well, listen, Noir deserves it, because the real Noir is dead. Okay? This fake Noir, this talking Noir, needs to shut up.
Exactly.
So be quiet.
Noir number 1 deserved all of the sympathy and all of the hugs that he could get from all of us. This Noir number 2, he's not making himself very useful. And I'm sorry, that's just the way it is.
He does want direction, but I'm gonna need him. People have been giving him direction. That's the funny part.
He's given direction.
Noir doesn't talk.
They have given him direction.
He just follows instructions, and he can't even do that.
They've told him this repeatedly. I swear, like 5 other people have told him this, and he refuses to take the direction and listen. So again, you come from Godolkin, and yes, there are regular classes there, but there's also, especially the superhero training and whatnots. He was a theater kid there, and he doesn't know how to reconcile that with actually being on the 7, because you can't just be this theater nerd out here trying to pose with the Black Noir suit. You have to be functional. And to be functional, like A-Train told him, just shut the fuck up and act like a mindless zombie. That's it. You literally just have to show up. But he's too much in his feels and wanting to be more important than he feels, I think. And probably the only reason he got recruited was he probably was the best in his theater class. But he can't fathom the real world is very different from your theater troupe.
Like, sir, shut up.
Which is kind of sad.
Shh, be quiet. Shh.
Right? Yeah, he wants to be maskless and
he picked
talk.
The wrong gig.
Right? Like he wants, like, he's low key running around here like fucking Edmund Tully. It was Edmund Edmure.
You did, Jackie.
Oh, he wants the glory. He's looking for glory, and yo, this is the wrong way to go about it. Yeah, yes, you did miss the blooming onion, because that was at the end of the last episode. So rewind, and when you get to that part, jump in the comments and tell me what you thought. All right, so I think it's after Starlight. She gets everyone out the building. Yep, Mother's Milk and Frenchie bring Butcher back in. Annie protests, but she has to acquiesce because they need help. They need proper assistance. And Starlight, Butcher asks her like what's going down, and she refuses to tell him why exactly this is happening, because he sees it outright, and if anyone would, it would be Butcher. It's like, okay, so why
notice? Why is she after you
on your ass cheeks? Like, for what could you possibly have done? And Starlight doesn't answer the question. And again, this is where there's a communication breakdown, where y'all really need to be coming together.
It's so frustrating.
It's horrible, because we've seen how they work when they are rightfully in sync and moving. Even if there are side quests, everything ties together. Everyone has everyone's back. No one is really caught out there alone. Or if they are, help comes eventually and they're able to make it through. This is not the boys setup that we're seeing in this season, at least not yet. So, you know, which I think she also does an Uno reverse, and she asks him about what's going on with him. When he asks for 50 grand to help fix the problem, quote unquote problem. We don't know exactly how he's planning on fixing that with 50K, but Mother's Milk is like, if you think I'm about to put that much cash in a briefcase and just send you off walking into the sunset to go God knows where, that's not going to happen. I'm not taking my eyes off you. So we can go ahead and get your 50,000, but you're going to clue me in on the plan. Plain and simple. And I don't fault him for that, because Butcher, you be doing some shady shit all the time.
Well, you need somebody to do the shady shit. Unfortunately, that's why he was so good at leading, because he was willing to go the long mile of shady shitness. He was willing to put his boots in the shit. Everybody else is trying to stay on the kind of sort of legal side of it. He don't give a fuck.
Well, see,
that's why he's here.
That's the thing, right? And that's the thing. I don't think they even really need to stay on the kind of legal side, because he's being paid by the CIA.
It's just morality. It's just moral stuff for him at this point, for everybody.
And that's where you have to take that mentality in you out of the game, because if you are going to be in here doing this, you have to be prepared to do some wild shit that could possibly be highly illegal, but it needs to be done because it's a means to an end. Not saying it's right, but that is the way that they need to be operating right now to be successful.
Everything's a song, because I immediately went, it's not right, but it's okay. Instantly.
Agreed.
Oh my goodness.
Indeed. So after she curbs Butcher on the thing, Butcher also doesn't really want to tell her what's going down. Let's see, hold on, where am I at in the notes? I think we cut back to Homelander after this, and he asks one of the older guys that was there when he was a kid, Frank. He pulls him up and says, let's play some trash can basketball. And he shoots one shot, and he's like, do you remember how I learned about this game? And Frank was like, no. So Homelander goes into this scenario where when he was a kid, they were trying to figure out whether fire at any type of pressure or any type of the heat index steadily rising to see if he would burn. And while he didn't burn, he did feel all that pain. And I've never had that much fire around me, but the little bit I have had, cooking on gas stoves and grilling on charcoals, sometimes fire can get hot, like hotter than you can believe. And to get like a 1st or 2nd degree burn is painful. If you get a 3rd degree burn, bro, that shit is crippling. And this kid had to be in that incinerator for multiple hours on multiple days back to back, all to see if he could be destroyed by fire at any point in time. And while he was in there and he was looking out the window, he would see Frank playing trash basketball. And Frank didn't even remember that he used to do that.
I don't understand why Frank is still there. I feel like once Homelander left, everybody who was in there should have left as well.
Rotate it out.
Not even rotate.
Rotate it out. Change your name. Well, yeah, no. Leave, right. I'm saying leave there, go someplace else, or just leave and leave the country and change your name.
Just in case he comes back in this.
Exactly.
Like,
see, and not even just in case he comes back, but once they see that he's up there and the shit that's going down, gone. I'm going to some random country or maybe some island that is remote where hardly any people are. I don't know. But I'm not going to stay there where he could find me.
I don't feel bad for this man at all, because that's what he gets. That's what he gets. If you're going to, especially if you're going to treat somebody like this, you're going to torture somebody like this, you can at least remember. Especially, he's the only person in there. It's not like you had a rotating, like, a group of people. He's the only person. That's what you get. That's what you get. I feel bad for Homelander in this moment because he was just a kid.
Yeah. He was
just
a child.
He was a kid looking to be loved and validated, and y'all treated him like a giant lab rat. And now he's back and he's unstoppable. That's what y'all get. All y'all get it. Except for the people who are like not involved in that. The people who's actually doing the torturing, that's what y'all get. Everybody else, I would have left.
Yeah, there was only but see, they couldn't leave. Homelander wouldn't have let them leave.
I'm dying near the door. If I can't leave out the door, I'm dying near this door.
Like, for what Meeks just said, like, there's only 2 of the original people that Homelander remembers, besides the director that he made them call when he first got there. It's Frank and Marty. And he takes care of Frank first because I think he deemed him a little bit worse than Marty. Because he did try to give Marty, a little bit of edge, so to speak. Because
which one is Marty? Marty was the fire one?
Marty was the bald guy. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And Homelander said, like, yeah, you were always more pleasant to me than the other ones. He said, Marty tries to say that, I was always nice to you. And Homelander was like, well,
really?
You acted better than the other ones, but however,
really?
Do you remember the nickname you used to call me? And Marty's like,
yeah, Squirt.
No. So, it was Squirt. You don't remember, for real?
At the moment he said Squirt, I was like, oh, never mind. I know what that is.
As soon as he said that, I knew his death warrant was signed, sealed, and about to be delivered. Now, this man, for what room did they have him in? It was the bad room, wasn't it?
I think they call it the bad room, but I feel like it was no, that's not true. But yeah, it was the room that was directly in front of them with the red door.
Yeah, Homelander called it the bad room, and he said, one night he was in there, I guess, again, when his hormones started kicking in, he got the urge for, what teenage boys be doing in the privacy of their bedrooms late at night. And Marty caught him in that, like, right after he reached the point. And because of that...
No, he didn't. No, what happened was he was No, he didn't. Like, he said there was a time of day when Marty was away from his desk and he was by himself. So he went ahead and he did that during the time that he was gone, but he couldn't finish in time. And Marty came in.
And that's when Marty caught him.
Okay.
Right.
Yes. And made fun of him. And
yeah, and started calling him Squirt after that, which is, but just one of the most humiliating things I think that could happen to anyone, especially to this young boy that is very desperately searching for a person that cares about him, that wants to try to teach him positively without putting him through these inhumane tests of seeing whether his skin would burn by putting him in an incinerator.
Well, could you imagine how
limbs can be severed? Just
could you imagine how different he would be if the people in that room, even though if they had to do experiments on him, like checked on him with the experiments? Like we got to do this. I don't want to do this, but this is what we had to do. Are you okay? Did you need anything? Talk to him. Treat him like any type that, like the smallest concern
would have helped. That
would have not turned this man into what he is right now.
Yeah,
I'm like, bruh,
y'all deserve all of that. Let's just go ahead and combine, like, because they show this in intervals, but let's just go ahead and get Homelander's thing out the way. So from here, again, like everything Meeks was saying, he does recognize that out of everyone that was in there on that bullshit, Marty was the one that was the most nice towards him, but still a dick, because none of them, just for whatever reason, paid attention. They claim, well, we were just following orders, and I understand that. I get it. However, while you were following those orders, you had every opportunity in that small space that you had to have a very special key card, I think, to enter, to where all of y'all could have tried to protect this guy's mind, at least. It's kind of like what's his name in the Street Fighter movie, what they did with his character, Blanco.
Ma'am, are you talking about the one with Raul Julia?
Yes.
Girl, I ain't seen that movie in forever. I'm like, who? Girl, I don't know what happened in that movie besides Raul.
Okay. Well, first of all, rest in peace, Raul. I was
like,
and let me jog your memory. I mean, it's very quick. When Blanca is made, it's from someone that was really good friends with Colonel was it Guile, Jean-Claude Van Damme's character, but he puts him in this machine and they're sending him like stuff to program his mind, basically. And the doctor that did it, once everything starts going down, he tries to save Blanca in the only way that he could at that point, and that was to change the programming while it was at, I think it was at like 49% in the negative, but he caught it in time to where 51% of his programming would be positive. So that's what I think could have happened here if they would have banded together for whatever time they were down there, mostly unsupervised. It seemed like they could have helped him through this. Like you said, it says, hey, this is something that we just have to do. We're sorry. This has to be you, but we can't survive this without putting you through these things. Help him to understand what's actually going on. Don't just treat him like a thing, because that's what they did. And I think that was behind the reason that they just kept, Marty especially kept slipping up and calling him John. Like that's, he told you once already when he came in there the first time.
You wouldn't have to correct me.
That no, call me Homelander, just Homelander. And I think Marty did it once, but then he switched right back to call him Jonathan.
Yeah, I think he called him like that two more times, maybe.
Two more times, yeah. And I think that what it was him trying to subtly show that we still have some type of power over you.
That is true.
I'm not looking at you. Yeah, I'm not looking at you as anything special at all. You're just John. You're now grown up, but you still that little boy in that room.
Well, too bad. Not anymore.
Well, not anymore, because
you learned today, didn't you?
That you're gonna learn today. here he reminds Marty of what's going down. Oh wait, hold on. Back to the incinerator. Frank gets put in that incinerator, and the only way he walks in there is because Homelander is like, if you don't get in there right now, then I'm gonna just go kill your kids, your family, whoever else I can find, and I already know where they at. So what's it gonna be?
First of all, the fact they even had to threaten him is stupid. Like, just get your ass in the goddamn incinerator. You know what you did. Get in there. Get in there.
Seriously.
Get in there. Shit.
You damn right. Look, I was just thinking that in my brain. I should have had the freaking gift ready to put on the screen. Shit, like, you gonna learn today. Shout out to Kevin Hart for that. Yeah, so he sets him on fire. Then he goes in with Marty. We find out why Marty called him Squirt. And this was the biggest thing with Homelander. Like, y'all did all this heinous shit, and y'all don't even remember.
Humiliated him.
Any of the significant moments.
You know, he hates being humiliated. He hates being found lacking, whatever is going on.
Laughed at, especially.
Yes. So the fact that this man was doing that and he did it continuously, and he did it like, sir, you knew this kid was going to grow into an adult with power, access, and like pretty much a get out of jail free card. You knew this. That's what y'all get. That's why I'm not mad at it. I am not mad. Not mad.
And you're right. You're right, Jake. Yeah, lots of scientists care more about the science, and that is why I always say, like, yo, when it comes to science and all of that bullshit, just because you can does not mean you should, because shit has way too much potential to backfire on you. Live action Street Fighter, I'm down. Look, as cheesy as that damn movie was, it still remains one of my favorite childhood movies. That's it. So, moving right along though, so we can cut to all the important parts here to finish up with Homelander. Once he has Marty in there, he tells him to pull his pants down. So he kind of does what he did with the Deep in episode 1.
Except for this time, he actually had to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, once you pull your pants down and jerk off, and then this time we're gonna laugh at you while you do it.
And I like how he said we, and everybody else is just like, maybe if I don't move, he won't say nothing.
Like what? Right? Is he looking at his shit? Don't look at him. Don't look at him. He won't choose us.
It's something that babies do too. They be like, ah. And then they continue to try to touch it. Like,
babies and cats.
I see you. I see you.
And they always get their Drax on. I am not perceptible to you right now. I'm moving so slow.
Like, it's so weird
that it looks like I'm invisible. Can't see me.
But that's what everybody was doing behind him. They was like, and they had to sit there and watch this man attempt to play with his weenus. And
he couldn't.
No, I wouldn't either.
Right. And I don't blame him, because who would be able to function like that?
But then
there's so much pressure. I mean, maybe if he was actually a voyeur, it would have worked, but he not.
But me being me, he was like, you're gonna do it or I'm gonna laser off your penis. And I was like, me, what was my response? Go ahead and laser it off.
Go ahead.
Go ahead and do it. It's fine. I mean, I'm not getting out of here alive anyways. The fact that you came down here and you killed one person, nobody can leave. Yep. Nobody can leave.
Because he's never going to leave witnesses.
You go ahead and kill me. At this point, I'm cool. That's what I'm saying. I would go to the elevator and I would just die on the way out. You ain't got nothing else.
See, you know what that is, y'all? That is Meeks reiterating, just in a different fandom. Take me out with the first wave.
Hey! All day, every day.
That's basically it. Yeah, we've had these random apocalypse chats before. And I understand. And so, Marty...
The new Mortal Kombat is not trash, Jackie. Disrespectful.
Hold on, wait.
I love the new Mortal Kombat.
The new movie?
Wait for the sequel.
I will say, okay, all I will say about that is I did want a little bit more of the character setup there. However, I'm pretty sure they're still slated to put at least one more movie out in that franchise.
They're doing 2, I think. I don't know if they're doing 3. It is,
okay,
and I'm okay with that.
I'm with that.
Listen, I'm okay with that. I'm here to enjoy, like, but I also enjoy cheesy shit. Like, I enjoy super cheesy movies that everybody like, oh my god, this movie sucks. I never watch it again. I enjoy cheesiness. Like, I enjoyed Crybaby with Johnny Depp. The singing was
Crybaby was cheesy. Crybaby, look, if y'all don't know Crybaby, okay, fandom sidebar, and I'm not saying fandom because of my brother that's in the chat, but fandoms everywhere that have done these things. Look, when you have these random old cheesy movies like The Goonies is one,
the best,
the Breakfast Club. All of
you're not even going through the cheese. You're going through popular.
I know the super cheese. Okay, well,
I'm talking about like
popular cheese. You're right.
Batteries not included. Like we're talking about
batteries not included. The Wizard,
like stuff with people are
Savage.
Like,
oh, Little Monsters. Who remembers that movie? Still remains one of my absolute faves.
No, I love the modern Mortal Kombat. I liked it. I like seeing the people in their costumes.
I didn't love it, but I did like it.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. I will say
love that. People was like, there's no fighting, there's no was it matches? And I was like, I don't care.
You think Mortal Kombat Annihilation was better?
Oh, Annihilation was trash, but I would still watch it with their green screen that they couldn't even key properly. I love it. You could see the green screen. You could see the line in the sheet.
Bro, the change up for Raiden, like y'all went from getting the Highlander and then
Johnny Cage.
I did not like the change up in Johnny Cage from
that's because he heard that they were going to kill his character and he was like, I ain't coming back for that.
And also you can't kill Johnny Cage like that easy in the story. I don't understand.
Last Dragon is cheese. They
should have put somebody else in that slot.
But it's great. Last Dragon is cheese, but it's great. It's great.
He said Mortal Kombat was trash. You know what? Yeah.
Nice.
There's a lot of things to talk about, but I put a pin in that.
Nice.
Put a pin in that. We can talk about the movie, but put a pin in it. Remind me in the comments later to put this on the list for me and Meeks to talk about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Show enough.
No, who's the master? Look here. Look here. Uh-huh. You want to talk about Bruce Leroy?
Mm-hmm. I still say this to this day. I'd be like, and move your pizzas to Daddy Green pizzas. I say it randomly.
There are some lines that just will never get old. Like it's like what was it? Was it I'm gonna get you, sucker? Well, Keenan was walking around with that jacket and all the pins. He's like, what's up with all that medals on your shirt? Just little random shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hilarious. Mm-hmm. But anyway, okay, and also yes, who's the master? Show enough. We know what that means. So if y'all want like an AK and Meeks retro thing, let us know in the comments and we'll see what we can do. All right, so we got. Did we get this Pusher with Firecracker?
We didn't even get through.
No.
Homelander. After Homelander, he couldn't perform the way he needed to. Homelander speaks.
It just yeah.
And then Barb showed up.
Right after that, Barb showed up, and Barb came in, and you know what?
Just put him out of his misery, please. You didn't need to do that.
She comes in with all of the calmness, and it's low-key just with all of the controlled smoke. She
clears him
because she reads
his ass
for filth. The only person that has done this more effectively is Stan Edgar.
But here's the and trying to get like to the end of this real quick, like leaving her in that room is still so bizarre because he still couldn't kill her.
Right,
he killed
exactly.
Everybody, but couldn't kill her.
And
left her in that room, but alive. But you can kill everybody else.
And all that does is continue to prove everything she said about you.
Oh God.
We didn't need to keep you here. It's again, see,
Luke.
all roads lead back to Thrones. Okay, they don't control the dragons. All right, the dragons allow them
Yes.
to have that control. And here, she's told him, look, you could have escaped
anytime.
at any point in time.
Anytime.
We did not have the means to hold you. You were that strong as a child. We already knew. However, you never did. Why? Well, let me tell you why. Vault has some of the best psychiatrists in the world on their payroll. They studied you relentlessly for those early years of your life, and they understood one main fact. Number one in the playbook against Homelander. If you can get into his head and make him see that there is even a spark of an interest in him from you, he will go the extra mile to try to win your love and attention and affection in any way possible. And he liked deep down that he was in there, and they were trying to see what he could handle. They were trying to make him stronger. All of that. And when she says it to him, it's a lot more elegant than what I just said. But when she says it to him, it's literally, again,
his
reading
face just drops. It's so funny.
Right, because she's standing there with the same look on her face, the same look in her eye that Stan Edgar had when he told him, "Bitch, look, you are a sideshow." Okay, Vault is a pharmaceutical community. Okay, that's where we make our main money. You get us some merch. Okay, yeah, sometimes we give you a mission to go out on and you save some people.
It's not even that. He was like, you're not the product guy. You are not
the product.
You're not it.
Right.
You guys aren't it.
You are not the face of Vault. You just think you are. And we've allowed you to think you are. And we get to this scene here in the quote-unquote bad room, as he calls it. And this woman is still talking shit. She came in. She's seen how Marty looked on the floor. I don't think she knows what happened to Frank yet, but it don't even matter. She goes into this room and is talking to him. And she tried to take him into her office, but he didn't want to do that. I guess he thought being here in the bad room would be better. But she's not allowing herself to be fazed. She's just looking at him like, oh, come on, bruh. Well, you didn't have to kill people. You could have just said, hey, we need to talk, and I would have came.
And the thing is, she's like, the only reason you're here is because you're still seeking validation from somebody somewhere, and it's bothering you.
That part.
Like, what do you want? Why are you torturing all these people? For what?
Within 3 seconds.
Still going to seek the validation.
Tells him, she sister saged him.
She's like, it's so deeply ingrained in who you are that you will never be able to escape it.
And you don't know how to function around it. If you aren't getting validation, and the key component, I think the most recent component, is Ryan. You couldn't fathom in your brain, and even though you want your son to blow up, you want the people to love him, you could not fathom that he would get that without you being right there, attached at his hip, because you crave some type of love and affection and adoration that much that even your own son can't get in the way, or you'll do something to hurt him. And it's absurdly ridiculous but this is Homelander, and he didn't know how to really take that. I thought for sure that woman was going to be dead, but what he did was bring everybody else into the room after that. Mind you, after she read him for filth, he barely had any words to say to her. And he said, I really feel the need to tell you why I called this the bad room. And the next thing we know, after the camera pans away for another scene, but then when it comes back, we see him on the elevator covered in blood. And he at the end starts smiling. And then after that, we go back to the bad room, and the doc is standing there looking at the walls covered in blood splatter and all of the bodies of those people that were there before.
And if you noticed, he sealed the door shut so she can't get out.
Yeah. And so she has to basically
die in there
and suffer and die in there very slowly with all of that death and destruction around her. But the thing, this was supposed to be therapeutic for him. That's what I think his Green Goblin phase was trying to tell him. But I don't think it's going to work out the way he wanted to.
No, I think it'll cause him to stop and think about his actions. Like before he does something drastic, especially when it comes to Ryan, he'll stop and he'll think about it. Everybody else can eat a dick. Yeah, everybody else can eat a dick. When it comes to Ryan, I think he'll stop and think a little bit about because the person he needed to talk to the most was Bard. That's who he needed to talk to, and she let him know, like, the need for you to be to get approval from everybody else is ingrained in you. You can't take it out of you.
You will never be free of it. Yeah,
you'll never be. You've got to learn to deal with it. And so he's happy that he went there and he killed all that and he locked her in there. But eventually he's gonna have to go back and think about it. He's got to figure it out. And I appreciate that. Okay, go get your lessons, sir.
See, and that's the thing. And I do agree. Maybe Homelander gets some closure, and he might get some closure, or whatever his twisted mind version is of closure. But I think that what will happen is once he gets back out there, he might apply these or try to apply these things with Ryan. But it's just like what she told him. You can't be free of this. We know this because we had professionals, very well trained, well practiced professionals, go through your dossier and analyze you. So we know how to hit you. You have to have the limelight. You have to have attention and want people to like you. I don't think that just Ryan is going to be able to bring him out of that.
Oh no. He's definitely gonna try for Ryan. I didn't say he was gonna solve it. He's going to try for Ryan. But I mean,
eventually he's gonna get tired of it, and Ryan is going to be seeing and cataloging all of this back and forth random bullshit.
He's doing it,
and
now.
I think, exactly. Yeah, I think Ryan's gonna make the decision on his own.
So I'm like,
I think Ryan is going to leave and try to escape on his own. I don't think it's going to be that Butcher has to try to coax him out anymore. I think something will happen with Homelander and he'll just go.
Well, here's the thing. I'm all caught up and we have 2 episodes left, and I'm going to tell you, I don't know.
Okay.
We have 2 episodes left, and I'm going to tell you, I don't know. This might be a season 4 thing. I don't know.
All right. So that's basically Meeks' way to say put a pin in that. Put a little star asterisk on that note. All right, I got you. I got you. Thank you. Yeah, and if you have watched it, don't tell me. Honestly, you said, what if Homelander and Butcher? No, that would never happen.
Homelander would never allow it.
Not at all.
Never.
Not at all.
Never. A woman, his mother, possibly. Butcher, no.
Right, but Butcher
competing for affection, and he don't like that.
Yep. Like they're already doing that, and we see the mini breakdown Homelander already had on that.
He hates it every single time.
That would never happen. So Ryan is leagues ahead of him because he's shown love and given a strong base. He was shown love. Yes, correct.
Amy,
and that's what I think his saving grace is.
Thing, you see what Amy says after that? That I think is going to happen.
Yeah, Butcher pushed Ryan away. Let's say, yeah, and this time Homelander will do it. I agree.
That's what I'm thinking.
Totally agree. Yep. That's why I said I think Ryan will just leave on his own. He'll go to Butcher to get that last bit of help to get him back to grace, or just get him wherever he can disappear effectively from Homelander.
We got to figure out if Butcher's going to be here.
True enough. And you know what? Let's go ahead and segue into Butcher's storyline.
We got to figure out if he's going to be here.
Yo, what the fuck is going on with Butcher? Because
no clue. I'm so curious.
And I think and this is why, you know, I obviously it was just a few minutes ago. Y'all heard what we said for episode 3. I feel like that this what's going on with him here in this episode is a catalyst of something. We just don't know what it is yet, but I don't think he actually is going to die. I
feel
think
like he might permanently develop powers.
And he's going to that part. That's what I think is going to happen. Something is changing in his DNA. And it will leave him having powers. I don't know what powers. I don't know how he'll use them. I mean, well, first and foremost, I feel like at least the one thing I could say is he will get Ryan away from Homelander by any means necesscy if he gets superpowers.
Put a pin in that.
Don't think so?
Put a pin in that.
Okay. All right. That's another code.
All right. But because what happens to him in the thing is that they're trying to do a little blackmail of Firecrackers. They used the $50,000 to find information to use against her.
Yeah,
and it didn't work out like they thought it would.
Bro, wait, long. Let's analyze that a little.
We got again. Give you 30 minutes. Get through the rest of this.
And Mother's Milk said that, you know, he's not letting him out of his sight. So he goes with him. They get the 50 grand. They get whatever information Butcher was trying to get. But a little bit before this, we saw kind of backstage, Sage gave one last thing that was dirt on Starlight to Firecracker. And Firecracker gets this just ridiculously great smile, appreciative thing on her face. And she's like, oh, you know what? This is absolutely the thing that's going to fucking bury this bitch. And she goes out. Backstage, this is where Butcher and Mother's Milk are. And she comes through and Butcher's like, you know what? What if I told you, like, I was talking to one of my friends the other day and they were reminded that you had been in some fuck shit back in your youthful days, in your 20s or something, when you was a camp counselor of that random ass vault church, and you seduced a little 15-year-old boy, and then you got caught. So, you know, what was your people will think if I put this out? And for a hot second, she does look worried.
This is what I'm talking about. This is me. Oh, you want to blackmail me?
Right.
I hope.
But then she was like, she said, Butcher said, yo, if you want to call this whole thing off, then cool. There won't be no problems. But if you really try to continue with this, I'm going to post this little fucking tweet right here and see where the chips fall. And she pushes the fucking button herself.
Absolutely.
And she's like, well, you know what? Let's see what happens. Like you said, fuck around and find out.
Come on. Exactly as she should. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not about to sit here and blackmail me. You're not about to sit here and try to paint me into a corner. Oh, I'm gonna really do it.
Oh, for real? You gonna do that? All right.
Do it.
I dare you.
Do it. It's not even I dare you. I do it. Do it.
Say
now.
Do that bullshit.
Do it now.
Say it one more time.
Do it for real.
What happened?
Do it for real. I'm not threatening you with nothing. I want you to do it. I want you to go ahead and do whatever you say you're gonna do.
Go ahead.
Don't be a bitch.
Go ahead. It's like, right. See, and what comes to mind is that chart that I've seen a random professor put up talking to his students. Like, if you look at this graph, you know, you'll see, like, the more you fuck around, the more you will find out. And Butcher was not prepared. Again, the group is not solid. None of them were prepared because they did not expect her to go ahead and let that information leak. And what she did,
because she's smart.
Say what you want. Say what you want to say about her. In this regard, the bitch was on fucking point.
Because they don't care.
She ran that damn game. She came out with the tears and saying, "Yo, I am so sorry." And of course, you know, Ezekiel, the vault Christian camp counselor, is on the stage trying to, you know, hype up the crowd. And she's like, I need to confess. I need to confess what I did. I was in relations with someone. You know, he was such a sweet boy.
Doesn't even matter.
Let the crocodile tears flow.
It's the
But
way she
did
knew
it.
her audience.
Mm-hmm. And she worded it masterfully.
Like, I did something wrong, but I found Jesus and I am saved.
Right, like that boy. I know I did wrong, and we should not have ever been together in that capacity. But I feel like the Lord put him in my vicinity in that way to remind me, to make me know of his love, and that I can run to him for anything. And now I'm repenting, and I have all of the forgiveness all across the interwebs, all across that bullshit theater that they're in, everything. So Butcher, I feel like if all of y'all were really on your game, you would have been able to spin this so well that she couldn't hide.
No, at that point, it doesn't matter. Sweetie, we have people actually trying to vote for Trump, despite the fact that it doesn't matter. At a certain point, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they did. They don't care. She's saying the things they like to hear. And
right, Amy, I'll save you the trouble and do it myself.
So because of that, they just wasted $50,000, and so they were like, "Shoot, now we got to send Frenchie in there to try and find something else because we ain't got nothing. We ain't got nothing." So he sent Frenchie into her trailer.
They sent Frenchie in. Yep.
And he was looking around trying to find stuff, and they noticed he noticed some pills. He picked up the pills, put down the pills, and he's still searching and stuff. And then Ezekiel comes in. Ezekiel's like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "Ooh, shit."
You know what? I'm so sorry. I am so embarrassed. Look, I'm one of her biggest fans,
and I was just looking for
find some paraphernalia. That's all. And immediately Ezekiel says, "Yeah, not today." He starts fucking Frenchie up.
Listen, throw that dude. He whooped his ass.
Thoroughly.
Out of Frenchie.
Thoroughly. He gave him that,
and then threw him out the window.
And the only thing that stopped the assault was Butcher coming in clutch, as Butcher always tends to do. He starts fucking up. He starts fucking him up, but at almost near the end,
the wormies start to happen.
He gets put in a headlock with the Go-Go Gadget arm,
and the worms are worming.
It's right. See, I think as soon as he got into that chokehold,
because you can see whatever it is go up.
The worms, because they knew, the host is in danger.
I don't think they knew the host is in danger. They just knew that the pressure had to go somewhere. No, because they were cutting it off. The pressure had to go somewhere. Because I think because his power for last season, he had the eyes, right? The
laser eyes.
Yeah, he had laser eyes, and so I'm like, that's got to be the residuals because he came to and it was juices with things, and I was like, maybe it's his laser eyes coming back or something. I'm like, something, maybe. Whatever it was pieces and chunks and bumps and lumps, and
that's why I think it has to be. That's why I think it has to be more than just the lasers, because while he's being choked out, he gets another vision of Becca saying, nah, you don't get to quit. No, the job is not done. You have to survive. Get the fuck up. Stop being a little bitch and come on.
I feel like Becca is the tumor because I remember watching Bones.
That's what I think too.
And
say that shit. Say that shit.
Had the same thing where he was talking to people who wasn't there when he had his tumor. So I'm thinking that Becca is the actual tumor. And I don't know what the wormies be doing, but the wormies was worming, and they got Ezekiel the hell out of there.
Look, with that same thought, literally the wormies, I think again more solidifies as being something akin to the Goa'uld from Stargate. And I'm not going to explain that because that's literally a sci-fi discussion that needs its own video. Google it. So
a lot of people need to watch that.
What I'm talking about.
Because I can tell some of these people don't know what that is. You watch it. It's a great movie.
Yeah. Oh, not even. I'm not even talking about the movie. The TV show.
Oh, see, I haven't done the TV show. The TV show was too much for me when I was a child. I was like, I want to watch other things. But the movie is my jam. When I say Stargate, I mean the movie.
What's that? Who was that? Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell,
And,
Spader, James Spader.
Spader, yes. Yeah, James Spader played Daniel. Yep.
And I cannot remember the two. I cannot remember the three other actors who were non-white.
Yeah.
I cannot remember their names.
Yeah,
but I know their faces.
James Spader's wife.
She's everywhere.
I know it's shot Millie Avatal. That's who it was. Mm-hmm. That's who it was in the movie. Yeah. So right, yo. Oh, okay. See, SGA. Okay, so that's Stargate Atlantis. Love Stargate Atlantis. That was one of my first introductions to Khal Drogo.
Oh yeah, Frenchie wasn't there. Actual Frenchie. Wait. Yeah, French Stewart.
Wait. Frenchie wasn't
in Stargate the movie.
Who?
French Stewart.
Oh yeah. Homie from Third Rock from the Sun, right?
Yes.
Yes. I do remember that. Indeed. But yeah, if you've watched the movie Stargate and you haven't checked out the shows, go check them out. They continue from the end of the movie. Mm-hmm. It's really good. MacGyver, Richard Dean Anderson, he's in the Stargate SG-1.
Girl, we keep saying old shit. Let's stop.
Okay. Sorry. All right.
Look, you said MacGyver, ma'am.
I mean, but he was the dude though.
He was MacGyver, but that's the point is that these kids don't know nothing about MacGyver.
That's how I knew the jerry rig shit with a rubber band and a toothpick.
Listen, everything. Like, give me the foil, give me the aluminum wrapper off your gum, give me your shoestring, give me a bobby pin.
You know what? Pull out the sole of your sneaker so I can use that glue under that. Right now. Who got the ponytail holder? You do? Let me get that real quick. You get this bomb situated. Get us the fuck out of this room. Look. If you don't know MacGyver like we know MacGyver, I feel you need to go do your research.
Look at Amy.
Exactly. Look,
correct.
I'm telling you, MacGyver was that shit back in the day. Yo, fucking Perry Mason, Matlock. Okay, Matlock was my introduction. Matlock, because I love Matlock, that is why I got into all of the Law and Orders and the New York Undercovers.
Mine was the Heat of the Night.
The Heat of the Night.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And shout out to Sidney Poitier because he was in the original series.
Yeah. I know MacGyver is MacGyver is taking it back. Yeah. Yeah, but.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
always had the Swiss Army knife. Facts.
Always.
Yes. Tangent over. Let's wrap up this episode.
And smunched up Ezekiel, and they had to get the hell out of Dodge. And quickly. Firecracker. Go ahead.
Butcher didn't even know he would make it out because Baby Boy's face turned blue.
He already got that. He already exploded.
Right? Okay, skip that. Yes,
he already exploded. He exploded, killed Ezekiel.
But Butcher was able to get out of there and all that. Where did we go next?
Well, we go back to Firecracker because Firecracker had to release the bomb that she had on Annie.
Yeah,
she was holding.
Yes.
And it was that Annie had an abortiante.
Right.
She had an abortion teeny. Okay.
An abortion. And
couldn't wait to tell everybody in that religious audience that Starlight killed the baby.
A little bit before that is when she thought she had the okie doke on Starlight, but really the shit that she was about to bring out wouldn't have been no consequence. What really hit is when Sage brought her that last report, like, here, you could use this too. And the look
she had
on
that
her
earlier.
Face, saw it, she was like, "Oh shit!" No, she didn't use it until this moment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that she already had that. Like that happened earlier in the episode. Like, here, take this. Before the even concert, whatever that is, started.
They were just when I said it before, that was just in the setup. So they were doing that. Once she came on, she had all them facts. And for a second, I thought maybe there was something, they could play pull this off. But again,
Mm-mm.
that scene with Busher, we know that didn't happen. She came out and she did her confession, so the people are back on her side. And then she said, "Let me tell y'all for real about this bitch fucking Starlight and this perpetrator, this ungodly, unholy creature that killed a baby just a few weeks ago because she had an abortion." And with the right-wing audience, you can almost guarantee you are public
That was
enemy
it for her.
number one right now.
That was it.
Mm-hmm.
But Annie was so pissed. She was so pissed.
And I don't blame her.
She ran her ass out there.
Mm-hmm.
I beat her ass.
Did I know that Annie should have not gone and did that? But can I still get in Annie's head and see why she did that? Yeah, because as soon as she started talking about it, the camera cut back to Starlight, and she's like, "Yo, are those my fucking medical records?
Yep.
Where the fuck did that come from?" And at first,
she should have known they would have had access to that. That's my point. These people have access to globally to like see countries' secrets. What makes you think they're not going to find your fucking medical records?
She should have. You're right.
Girl, bye.
She should have thought about that.
You should have known. You should have known.
Again, Thrones bleeds into everything. This is just like, you know, people trying to recognize that Arik was entering into the castle when Eric was already in there.
She should have never put her real name on those records. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're right.
She should have never did it.
Right. Annie Myers, that was all Starlight. I mean, Dark Starlight. You know what? I feel like low-key, actually, since you said that in my brain, Dark Starlight, this has all of the potential to go into Dark Phoenix saga. And I wouldn't be mad about it if they did it right. And yeah, she definitely should not have put her real name on there.
Not at all.
She didn't need to do that. For a hot second, when I found out that, when I saw that's what it was, I almost thought like, wait, hold on. If you got rid of the baby in the last 6 months, that means it was Huey's.
Oh yeah.
And did Huey know about this? And come to find out, he did.
Thank goodness, because I'm like, girl, that'd be a thing.
Right, yeah. I was about to be real mad. Yeah, I was about to be real mad at Annie.
I was like,
she hadn't told him. Agreed. Yeah.
I'm like,
I was about to be so fucking upset. Like, I don't have any issue with any woman that chooses to do that.
But in this situation,
you gotta let the other party know.
Girl, y'all too close. Y'all doing illegal stuff. Y'all got to keep it together. You got to keep it tight.
Or
but she went out there and she
leave the damn country.
Fire out of firecracker. She walloped her ass on camera and such a listen. I know it felt good in the moment, but had to pull her off this woman. But it didn't look good for Starlight at all, and that just caused all of her plans to freaking crumble because the president-elect can't work with you anymore.
He can't do that now. Like the whole time this shit was happening, and I get it, Starlight. However, you need to look at the bigger picture. Like, you cannot just come out here. Yeah, she's saying some fuck shit that she should not have knowledge of.
She should have waited and lit her trailer on fire.
You should have waited. Right, yeah, exactly.
Listen.
Waited and you lit her. You could have done literally anything else besides going on that stage and whooping her ass. Because now you have proven every bit of tinfoil bullshit that has been spit about you and your organization.
Nope.
You can't afford to make mistakes like that.
And she made a big one. She
did.
And that was it. It was done. Twas done. There's nothing that they could do. Nothing that they could do.
Yeah. That's it.
Done. But if we go back to Huey, because Huey's goes to the end of the episode, so we got to back up a little bit with Huey, because Huey pretended to be contacted A-Train to have him steal the V. And he was like, I can't get a hold of Compound V because Homelander has it all. And he was like, I need one. House. He was like, I need one. And you owe me. And you owe me because everything that's bad happening in my life right now is because of you. And A-Train was like, fuck that shit. But what got him was mentioning that his dad was dying.
Yeah.
A-Train is developing a heart like the Grinch.
Right.
Like,
I mean, also he's thinking about his brother because his brother also got
Nearly
caught
died.
up in shit and is now crippled and almost died.
Nearly
because
died.
of him.
So he
So
was
yeah,
like,
he's
this
looking
will be
at
the
that.
last thing I do for you. And so he went and grabbed it. And he had while he was there, of course, he saw the pubes, saw the shrine, he saw the Nazi shrine.
And there were already vials missing from the bunch.
And all the rest of them were in the drawer. I can't remember. I think it's beneath, or I can't remember if it was above or beneath the breast milk.
I think it was beneath the breast milk.
Yeah, okay. So beneath the breast milk, which was fully stocked, by the way. Fully stocked. Not a jar missing. There was the collection of V. So he grabbed one and he was like, okay, I'm out. And then Ashley comes from downstairs or come up from upstairs and they looking at each other like, what you doing here? What you doing here? Is that Compound V?
Like,
what?
You know, if I tell Homelander you got that, he gonna kill you. The camera cuts for like a split second, and that's how we know A-Train went and surveyed like the whole house and came back. And he was like, almost immediately, what do you think he would do if he knew you shit in his toilet and just left it there?
And so he was like, we're both in between a rock and a hard place. I catch you, you catch me. If you say something about me, I say something about you. So what? Let's just walk out of here.
So what we gonna do?
Because we ain't see each other.
What we gonna do? You know? Right. So yeah, they make that deal to where, you know what? If you shut up, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. But if you ever say something,
I'm gonna say something.
I'm gonna fucking say something too.
If you talking, we talking.
I feel like that unintentional partnership will come into play in a later episode.
Absolutely, because at this point she's stuck. She is officially stuck. When they killed that lady in her office, she can't go nowhere.
Nowhere.
They're gonna have to kill you, man. You're stuck. A-Train, same way. You're stuck. They're gonna have to kill you. You can't leave.
You know too much.
You cannot retire. You can't pull a Maeve and disappear. No. You're gonna have to die. Like you are a part of the original problem. You're gonna have to die. So he runs back, hands Huey the V, and while him and Kimiko are trying to leave, they get attacked by what are they called? Not the guiding light. That's a soap opera.
Is it Shining
Light? Yeah, Shining Light. I'm like, not Guiding Light.
Shining Light. Yeah,
that's a soap opera. Yeah.
Guiding Light. I love that. Okay, well, hold on. Let's get
that's
some
old,
of these.
but yeah.
Again, StreamYard don't always flow with the regular.
No, I mean like that was old, like the season prior.
The season old.
Yeah, the season is brother. Yeah.
Right. I do like what Jackie's saying here. You know, Dark Starlight is perfect. Like maybe her powers are changing to reflect that aspect of her.
That would be cool.
I think that's highly possible.
Now because
she is having trouble. And again, these powers, at least where it comes from Starlight, they're just like the Charmed witches. They stem from their emotions.
Stop judging us,
Amy. What the fuck? What happened?
Stop judging us, Amy. I mentioned Guiding Light, and she was like another age marker. Stop judging me, Amy.
Look here, okay, ma'am. Okay. See, didn't nobody ask you for that information, though,
ma'am. Stop judging me.
All right. 5 points from Ravenclaw.
Oh man, that's funny.
Actually, I don't know what house you are, Amy. If you've ever done the Potter house sorting, let me know.
Yeah, Victor Newman, that's king right there. He don't play that. Victor Newman was just in the like the Twitter streets cussing out somebody for being racist. He don't play that.
See, y'all say Victor Newman, my brain jumps right to Days of Our Lives with Victor Kiriakis. But yeah, the fucking soap operas.
But what were we talking about? We were talking about him getting the V. Okay, so since he had the V, A-Train was like, okay, and we're done. I don't owe you anything else. And he was like, you're not gonna keep that was, I'm still gonna.
That was the deal. Yeah,
He was
that
like,
was
well,
the
no.
deal that they had made when Huey asked him to find it. And
Yeah, but
he
on the
said,
way
you know what?
back,
I don't
he was
care.
like,
This is for my dad. But yeah, when he got there, he said, "You're not gonna keep your word, are you?"
exactly. He was like, you're not gonna keep it. And he was like, no,
Mhm.
I am, because I can't keep letting
No.
you I can't keep holding this over your head. We all have to move on. Everyone has to move on.
He almost
said
kept
yes.
it though. And kudos again to Huey. He said, "You know what? I did plan on just telling you to go fuck yourself, but no, that I
Exactly. He's like, I'm
sincerely
gonna
appreciate
follow through.
you doing this. We're square." And he holds his hand out for A Train to shake. So no, and I believe
he
Huey
definitely he kept it. He was like, we're done. And so he
Yep,
took that
he
to the
processed shit.
hospital, and he was going to give it to his father, and then he changed his mind.
Yeah, I have a question, because I thought, what look here. You want to talk about some motherfucking Stefano the Mirror? Again, don't hate the player, hate the game. Stefano was that motherfucker. But back to the show. Whole soap opera tangent. At this point in time, if I saw it right, Meeks, let me know your thoughts on this. But after we saw Huey very much change his mind and he put the vial back in his pocket, at some point in time something else happened, and we cut back to this scene with him and his mom in the hospital, and we're looking at the tubes and it goes blue and starts going into Pops. Did Huey do that, or did Mom have some of that compound V?
Mom did. Because if you notice that when Huey walked away, he put it in his pocket. He put it in his pocket, his jacket pocket, and he set his jacket down. He was like, I have to take a breather. And she looked at him and went to pick up his jacket just to move it, and then you could see her folding it or moving it and looking down, and then they cut outside. So she definitely did it.
Okay.
Yeah, she definitely did it.
I missed that scene. I must have looked away from my laptop while that scene was playing. But the gist that I got was definitely that. Hold on, I saw when he changed his mind.
Yeah,
so how did he get the compound V?
And Mom just did it because Mom do that. She did it. It was there. I was like, listen,
which
I'm waiting
also,
to hear this reason.
Right? See, because that also signifies to me what we were saying in the last stream, that his mom is absolutely hooked up into Vault.
I don't think she is.
Way.
I don't think
she
is.
Still?
No.
How would she know what compound V is, though?
She doesn't need to know what it is. He was actually in the process of going to do it, and he stopped. So she saw him attempt to do something and then stop and then put it in his pocket and walk away. Yes, because he had to snatch it back. Okay. And then he was like, never mind. He was like, never mind.
Okay, I don't remember the snatch back
because I noticed it.
I remember him putting it in his pocket.
Because when she walked in, I was like, oh, what's she gonna say? What are you doing? She didn't even ask what he's doing. I was like, oh, that's interesting. She didn't ask.
Yeah.
She just watched him walk out and went to grab his jacket. That is true. Everyone does know about Compound V because they did expose it.
That's right. You're correct.
They did expose it.
I forgot that tidbit. Yep. What's that? Does she sell Vault?
Yes,
I think so. That's why I said when she pulled out that suitcase talking about the Vault, I said, oh, she's in the Vault MLM program.
Literally, she is.
Pyramid scheme.
Literally, because the natural oils will soothe everything. All of it.
Yeah.
But so she ended up giving. I say she ended up giving him the V. Period. Right. And
okay, wait, hold on. See, these are two conflicted things here. Fandom says, everyone knows Compound V when they exposed it in season 2, and they did.
Yeah.
But
no,
Jackie,
they're both the same thing.
She had no idea what she was doing.
They're not conflicting because she could know that's Compound V, but she doesn't understand exactly what
it would
does,
do.
the negative and the positives. Because the positive is you can get a power. The negative is, girl, it can ruin your whole fucking body. You could lose something.
Mm-hmm. So she was hoping to bring him back and not caring about what the side effects might be.
No, I think she was seeing that Huey wanted to do it and he couldn't do it, so she did it, thinking oh, this is what he wants. He can't do it. I'm gonna help. I'm gonna assist. And she put that thing in him, and he ended up opening his eyes. That was after having like a seizure of some sort. That thing was scary. I was like, girl,
Yeah.
girl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all this is going on and nobody came in, no nurses, no nothing.
Right? Why? What? None of those machines were beeping.
The heart should have been popping.
The whole time we were in that room, we should have been hearing the heartbeat.
The whole time.
And I don't know if y'all have ever had any stints in the hospital, but yes, they always have something on monitoring your heart. They sometimes will also have something to monitor your breathing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, question: Did he need help breathing? Like, did he have the machines that was pumping the air as well?
Yes, the machine
that also should have been making noise and watching him. There's too many. There's too many machines.
Exactly. Number one, as soon as that compound V went into his system, I would imagine that his heart started racing. That should have been the number one first flag to beep at not only on those machines, but also at the nursing station.
Jackie said that they had taken him off the machines at that point because they were pulling the plug.
Did they? I don't know that they would.
I think they were because the whole point was that Huey was trying to decide to let him go, and Mom was like, listen, we can't have him in here forever. So the doctor was like, well, until you guys decide what you're going to do. Yeah, they took off some of the machines.
I understand that, and I'm searching in my memory banks because this is something I studied. They did. There's a lot of folks in my family that are in the medical field. They would not have pulled him off of everything.
No, they took him off the chest one. Hold on for a second. Like they because he was breathing by himself. He was just brain dead, right?
Okay, but see, if any change happened, they would still at the nurse's station.
Oh yeah, they would have something on him to see, but not all the ones not as many as I thought they were in there.
Yeah, they would still have something. So as soon as that V hit his system, things would start to change, and it would throw those machines off. So there would be an alarm going off, not only on those machines in the room, but also at the nurse's station. So that part to me,
the nurse's station. Oh, hold on, they barely had anything on this man. God damn, they didn't even have the nose thing.
Okay, even for those days, he would still have been monitored though.
Yeah, they had the chest one. That's the only thing they had on him. They took out the tubes. They took out the breathing tubes. They took out the IV.
Okay. Dang. Well, no. They couldn't have taken out the IV.
There is no IV in his arm. Hold on a second.
Then how did they inject? How did Mom inject the compound V? The only way that she would have been able to inject that, and we see it going through the tube, is if she put it into the IV.
Oh, it's on the other side. That's why. I was like, "There's no IV on that arm. It's on the other side."
Yeah. That's
How
what
in the hell? Okay, hold on. This might be a continuity error. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I'm like, if the IV is on this side, why is she putting something on this side?
How many times? See, we would have to go back and look and see how many times.
I'm looking right now. That's what I'm looking. That's why I'm over here. I have.
How many times they showed him? Well, yeah, I know that. Girl. But so we would have to. They never zoomed in that much. I didn't think. I could be wrong. But I do know, just not only from the home healthcare like legion of people that is in my family, but from my own hospital stays, especially during my last surgery, there's always something connected to us. Even if we're off, like most of the monitoring things, actually not one, but the two things they will keep on you is those things that they stick to your skin when you peel them off. They always still leave that terrible residue,
that sticky shit,
because that monitors your vitals, your internal vitals, and that thing that they will clip on to one of your fingers, that monitors your heart rate and also like your oxygen intake. So those two things would still have always.
I see what they did. They had it twisted weird. Yeah, it's on the right hand or left
Okay.
hand. Yeah, it's all on the left hand.
Yeah. Yeah, if he wasn't still hooked up to something, knowing it, since he was almost brain dead, it was probably just like a saline drip to keep him, with having proper hydration in the
First
system.
of all, the machines did beep. Nobody came.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I remember hearing, the machines did beep. Nobody came. Trash. The nurses are trash. Not one nurse came in that room.
Yeah. They only monitor you if they have a heart monitor on, right? And that's always the thing that they always keep on
his finger. He had the IV, and then on the other side was a monitor, and it had like the sticky, on his chest. That's it. There was nothing in his nose. There was nothing in his mouth, because before he had the tube in his mouth helping him breathe. So they took all of that out and just had those two things. Yep.
Taking that out, and all of those things are connected to the nurse station.
Nobody came in.
There have been alarms. Yeah,
nobody came in as they should have. Trash.
Something is up with that, because if they didn't come in rushing with the crash cart,
well, he's a DNR, right? Do not resuscitate.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Yeah, that's right. So it could have been that the fact that he was DNR, and they were like, well, just let him go. But yeah, nobody came in on nothing, and he opened his eyes and was confused.
And
yuck.
I feel like there still should have been someone that came in,
somebody to come in to confirm.
Someone to come in to confirm and log the actual time of death.
Not the thing was beeping and nobody came. Girl, no, not the thing was beeping and nobody came, Jackie.
Oh. Nay.
No.
I feel. I don't know how serious the issue was, but I feel like that is very easily a malpractice suit. Because that's the BS completely.
Oh yeah, we're skipping something, and I'm literally just gonna say.
Yeah, we were.
No, I'm literally. It's a Frenchie thing. I'm literally gonna say a sentence on it. And I'm never coming back. Okay, Frenchie told Colin about what happened to his family. Period.
As he should have done from the moment he recognized who Colin was. And Colin, I feel like, had the appropriate reaction, because he kind of like Star-Lord when his dad said that, I put that tumor in your mom's brain. All of the mysticism and awe for his dad stopped immediately. And boom, he hit him. Same thing that happened here with Colin. And I feel like Colin is fully justified in that movement.
I literally said that was it. I was just gonna say a sentence, because I don't care. Fucking care. Don't care.
All right, so and that kind of concludes the whole thing with Frenchie for this episode. Anyway, I got Sage is playing the game with Firecracker and the Truth Bomb about Starlight. Yeah, we touched on that. The main thing with that is Starlight and she goes to actually meet Firecracker, and they have this talk, and Firecracker's looking at her like, you don't even remember me, do you?
This is we already talked about this. We already had this.
Did we go through that?
Yes, we did. We went through absolutely. We went through everything. This is way back. This is way back.
Because we put all those scenes together into one thing, and it's spread out in my notes.
But this was actually the episode before. This happened the episode before.
Yeah. Where
the conversation they had happened before in episode 3.
All right, yeah. So that shit was absurd. Nighty night, Elena, and we will see you for Dragon Sunday.
I'm sad. Every single time I talk
about
it.
Yeah, we did the trash basketball. We finished up the whole thing with Homelander, right?
Yep, we finished up Homelander. We did all of Firecracker with Annie. We did the stupid little thing about Frenchie, and we talked about Huey and his father. And then
Kimiko and Huey is another small side quest. They meet up.
I don't want to.
It wasn't long. Yeah, it was.
I don't want to. I have nothing.
It was a dumb thing. No, there wasn't much to be added at all. They
True.
got, A-Train got the compound V. He handed it over, and that was that. The girl did find Kimiko again, and they were trying to fight. And this is when we learn the actual circumstances with Kimiko and that girl. Is Kimiko is the one that recruited her. She brought her to that little freaking fight club that the organization had, and she said, "Yo, you can fight or you can die." And she decided to fight. And Kimiko, I think that night did beat her, but she did well enough to where they took her into the program. And with that, Kimiko also scarred her face. She has that cut on her face because Kimiko did it. So Kimiko has a lot to go through now. She needs to, I don't know how she can retain her or recover her memory, if that will ever happen, but
She'd have to go back to therapy.
Do you think that will help?
Yes.
Remove the blockage, maybe.
She would have to talk about it, and because she was going to therapy she was going to therapy because she wasn't talking. So I think if she actually talks about it, it will jog her memory as well.
So, see you, Chantal. Thank you for hanging with us.
But she needs to go back to therapy. Both of them do, and I don't.
Yeah, they need like extracurricular help. Mm-hmm. And let's see, what are the other big points for the rest of this episode?
There should be more points.
Everything. Yeah. Let's see, deep and say. Oh wait. There is another deep and sage innuendo.
Well, we actually find out what's going on though.
Mm-hmm. Yes. She, why did he come into her room?
Because he was upset that they weren't spending time together. He was like, well, we did this and that.
He's sprung. Mm-hmm.
He was like, what is wrong with you? It's not even sprung. He just needs something to do. He just needs something to do. And it's an actual person. And it's not an animal. So he's like, yes. And so he walks in there and he's not sure why she's treating him differently than they did that night. And then she was like, good, I'm glad you're here. Sit down. We can have a conversation.
Because
I'm tired of
she read him for filth that previous night. He came up to her trying to be all buddy after the sexcapade, and she was like,
get the fuck away from me.
That's me.
I'm at work.
Levers that I can't even really fathom right now. So please be gone, peasant.
I have a job.
I don't have time for your bullshit.
And so he felt the type of way. And he came to talk to her, and she was like, listen, let me be level with you. I'm tired. Being the smartest person in the world is tiring, okay? There's some days I'm going to come in here and turn my brain off. And the only way I can do that is to literally give herself a lobotomy. And because she said her brain heals. If she were to be hurt anywhere else on her body, and it was a fatal hit, she would die.
If it went through her heart, she would die. Yeah.
If it was her brain, it's going to heal again.
It'll grow back.
She has to give herself a lobotomy, which is sticking that metal stick into her eye and like wiggling it. And she asked his help to do that. And he was like, hell no. And she was like, listen.
Very, very deep into her eye.
If you do this, we could have the sex. And he was like.
Right. And he straight up says like, I am down for a lot, but I don't know if you can live with it, but trust me, okay. Don't go straight through my eye. Go in through the corner.
Yeah, she had directed him everything, and the entire time I was like,
right, I was cringing the whole time. Like,
I'm good. As a matter of fact, I was like this.
Bruh.
I don't want
this happens, right? And she tells him basically to like scratch her brain, literally, because I guess that heightens the effect. And
that's exactly what a lobotomy is. It's not just going through; it's going through and destroying that little whatever section of the brain that is. Don't ask me what it's called.
Yeah, I don't know, but I do
all I
know
is the medulla oblongata.
Medulla oblongata. That's the back.
So it was like to damage whatever piece that is, and then she pulled that out, and she became the chick.
And she became like the horny chick that we saw in the last episode.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
and she said, I am about to introduce you to a whole other new Flavortown special. The punani. And he's like, oh, fuck yeah. And I can only imagine back at his apartment in the dark closet, little Ambrosius is probably dying because of the toxic waste that is still in her tank and has not been named.
Hilarity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was the end of the episode, wasn't it?
Oh, wait, there is, there's one more thing. Okay, when A-Train takes the Compound V to Huey.
That's before. We already talked about that.
With Butcher coming and calling him out? I don't think we did.
No, we didn't. No, not with Butcher. No, nope, we didn't.
No, yeah. So we see the actual handoff of what's
then Butcher
going down.
Sees the handoff.
Butcher comes out the shadows, yeah. And Huey's like, "Yo, how fucking long were you standing there? Why were you
long enough?"
Right, yeah, long enough. And Huey tries to explain, like, "Yo, it's my dad. If I can fix this, I'm going to fix it." And Butcher's like, "Bruh, you don't want to put your dad in these problems. Trust me." Like, and he of course, Huey don't listen because he thinks this is the answer.
And so Butcher was like, "The V doesn't fix it. V does not fix it." He's like, "Well, maybe no. V doesn't fix it." He's like, "Maybe if you try something." No. Nope. It doesn't fix it. I've already tried it. It did not work. Mm-hmm. It's not going to fix him. It could do stuff to him, but it will not fix
make
him.
It worse. Yeah.
And Huey, honestly, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. So he heeded the warning. He just his mom did it. Yeah. Technically, he heeded the warning. He listened and he realized that, you know what, he couldn't do it.
Yeah, and he walks away from Butcher, and right after he's gone, Butcher has another vision of Becca, and he turns to her and looks like, "Yo, what the fuck happened with me that night?" And he's talking about the night he killed Ezekiel because he should have been dead, but he was able to completely massacre and dismember this man with blood splatter everywhere. So I feel like, again, what me and Meeks were saying before, this is a transformation for Butcher. I don't think he's gonna die at all.
Nope. It's about to be a handful though, because you can't be killing people and passing out and waking up like what happened. We gotta have answers.
Right. like Black Noir and his narcolepsy. That's just
we gotta have answers.
What's gonna happen?
So I can't come to a situation where there's pieces of people everywhere, and I don't have a reason for why there's pieces of people.
All right. So the very last scene, though, there's one more scene. Homelander, we see, is getting on the elevator from sub basement 5, and he's covered in blood. And we pan back to that room with the doc standing in the bad room. He left her alive, but he killed everyone else, and he's smiling on the elevator. So I would like to know your thoughts on this, actually, Mika. Do you think he actually learned or got any closure in that?
I think he learned more about himself. I don't think he has closure.
Okay.
Because he didn't understand why he felt the need to have everyone's approval. He felt that way because Vought made it so. They made sure to drill that into him with the psychiatrist and stuff every single day, how people were treating him. They built that around him. It's in him. And so now he knows it's actually in him, and it's something that if he wants to remove, he's going to have to work hard to do it. So at least he has a direction to go in now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And also, more props to that director, though, because she was still reading him for filth.
As she should have.
Mm-hmm. As she should have. Correct.
Yep, because you were in a cell of your own making, dog.
Yep. So we will see what happens on with Homelander and his next journey, and what's going down, and who else is going to be possibly recruited to the cause, or if we will finally form back up as the badass the boys team.
Okay, wait. Question before we go, but not about the episode, but about the Okay, so next week is 5 and 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the week after that will be 7 and 8, right?
7 and 8, correct.
Okay. I wanted to make sure. Because 7 is tomorrow, and then 8's next week.
Yeah. Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that? Yeah, that's when it drops, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That sounds about right.
Cool beans.
Indeed. So yes, if y'all would kindly hit the like button if you enjoyed the conversation and the breakdowns. What are we rating this, Meeks? Now, what's the rating system for this one?
10 starlight punches.
I like it. Go for it.
I'm gonna give this episode 8 starlight punches because I liked everything that was going on except for with Frenchie. Because I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked how we are seeing that I don't want to say bad people, but we're seeing that we're seeing Vought, the soups for Vought,
Mm-hmm.
are starting to see their plans come together, and we're starting to learn what some of these plans are, because we didn't understand why Firecracker was boosted up to the level that she was boosted up, and we didn't know if they actually had the information to end Starlight, and they did.
Mm-hmm.
They did. So I like the fact that they are making moves, and now it's up to the boys to hurry up and get their shit together and figure out how they're going to counter this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because this episode showed even more that Sage is on her true espionage greatness right now.
Ear.
What happened?
My sinuses. I took the hearing out of this ear.
I'm so sorry. That sucks.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Reminder. Yes. Thank you, Jackie. Jackie's got Meeks' channel up in there, y'all.
Jesus.
Go if you've never, for some reason, seen a reaction from her. You are missing out on some very great comedic moments in your life. So definitely go check her out. She did a really great breakdowns with Avatar, the new Netflix TV show, and. Didn't you do that? Oh no! You didn't. That's right.
I'm still on season 2.
That's right. She's actually on the anime of the Avatar: Last Airbender.
Not yet.
And we will cover that Netflix show, but not until she's seen all of the.
Amy, that's the truth. Y'all should know better. Don't be eating and drinking during my reactions. You're gonna choke, and I'm not responsible or liable for any damage that happens.
But we here at AK Watch Productions and Manic Meeks Productions do not condone any things that might happen to you because you listen to these streams.
Yeah, sorry.
Entertainment purposes only.
No thanks.
Okay, yeah. So I did forget that about what I was actually thinking about is the streams that I did for Avatar. The Netflix version. Head over to the channel, my homies on 1,000 Eyes and One, and you'll see those discussions. And yeah, once it comes around, once Meeks gets caught up and we jump into the show, then you'll see that commentary from us.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tomorrow, I believe myself, Fandom D Saint, who was in the chat earlier, and DJ Wun Wun. We'll be talking about the boys episodes 2 and 3. And then Friday, there's a round of Jackbox games going on the Citadel of Trivia. Saturday, we'll be on with Christina the Sphinx, talking about some spoilerific House of the Dragon things. And then we'll be back for Dragon Sunday. If y'all don't got nobody to watch the episode with us, come watch with me and my cousins. It's a good time, I promise. And that'll be it. And then we'll probably do a little bit of an after show, depending on the situations that happen. And
we're going to be doing a little bit of after show. Like, I'll be
indeed. Yes.
I know why we trying like nothing's going to happen that we're going to talk about, girl.
I'm just saying. Look, it may happen, it may not. I'm trying to cover the bases. But yes, tune in, and we appreciate y'all.
Saturday, is the House of the Spoilers, Saturday on Sphinx
Yes,
Channel.
yes, yeah, yes. Not Friday. Saturday is the House of Spoilers. Yes, on Christina the Sphinx's channel.
Mhm.
Indeed. I know, Jackie. I put it in there earlier. If you could drop that link again for me, please, my lady, I would appreciate it. And yeah, that will be it for this session. What are we rating this episode, Meeks?
Oh, we already did.
Did we?
Yeah, I said 8.
Oh wait, yeah, that's right. I did see some numbers. I apologize.
I was like,
Scroll up.
what?
And of course, StreamYard don't ever want me to be great. I can't scroll up that far. So yeah. Well, that'll be what it is. Again, come back and join us for that Dragon Sunday. And also remember,
John, she may have been joking, but we're gonna roll with that because everybody likes it.
I mean, right? It rolls right off the tongue, and it's so fitting.
It fits because I don't have to bring out my books. I'm bringing
so
out my textbooks.
Look,
I'm bringing out my textbooks.
I am about to text that title right there to Sphinx, like right now, because it fits so well.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Indeed. Indeed. And we will be back here for some more Eps 5 and 6 coming up next Thursday. Wait, next Wednesday. Sorry.
Yes, next Wednesday.
And again, because all roads always lead to Westeros on my channel, they are my heart. Always do remember to bet on black. Peace, y'all.